head to pillow about 2 a.m. last night.
Oh, wow. You had the late flight.
Later flight, but then had to go pick up the dog in Sheboygan.
Oh,
so I
wait
had to
a
drive
minute.
Milwaukee to Sheboygan, back to Milwaukee.
You took the same flight I think my mother took the day before. Landed in Milwaukee at 2 a.m.?
No, landed at a little bit earlier than that, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
Wait a minute.
And then drove from Milwaukee to Sheboygan back to Milwaukee, and then unpacked.
Well, you flew into Sheboygan?
No, I flew into Milwaukee, drove from Milwaukee to Sheboygan, picked up the dog in Sheboygan, drove from Sheboygan.
Y'all can't find a closer dog sitter than Sheboygan?
Not a free one.
Oh, wow. Dogs are rough.
Their responsibility. Yeah.
Usually kids can just go to the grandparents' house.
Well, she went to her auntie's house, which happens to be in Sheboygan.
Oh, okay. Well, that seems like a lot of work for a dog.
I mean,
but I love dogs.
I love dogs, but
I ain't getting one.
no, it's a lot of work. But here we are. So anyway, went to sleep about 2. I was up by about 8 o'clock this morning, and here we are. See, I'm dragging a little bit. I had a big 48 hours in Vegas.
You had a big 48 hours in Vegas. Speaking of that, Strofe, I usually don't like sharing my dreams because my dreams are personal and they're to me. But Strofe, just last night in my dreams, guess who made a little surprise in Kyle Wallace's dream?
I hope it was me.
It was Alexander Strofe, indeed, who made a guest appearance in my dream. Well, I was missing you a little bit, my friend. And then on top of that, I knew you were coming back because we had a show that we were doing live from the bog today. Mm-hmm. And there was something that you went to Vegas for. I know you went to Vegas for fun, but also I was thinking about, is my man's coming back a married man? Did Alex Strofe get married in Chicago, in Las Vegas? Chris just did the buzz for a no, but in my so you don't have a ring.
I do not have a ring. I am not a married man.
You chickened out.
It's not necessarily that I chickened out. It was the was it practical or not?
What do you mean? Was it practical? You just go there, you say I do, and all of a sudden you're married.
Yeah, we decided against it. We did. She
wasn't
check
ready.
out. We did. No, it wasn't that.
She wasn't ready.
We were both ready. I
That's
think.
okay. That's okay, man.
We checked out the chapel and it happened to be closed.
Oh, so the chapel wasn't open the day after?
Well, we flew out the day after. I sent you pictures of us looking at the chapel.
Yeah,
closed.
but you flew out yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't have time to get married yesterday.
I mean, love is love. You had time to get married yesterday. You decided you didn't want to get married yesterday. So let's be honest. Who wanted to do it more, you or her?
I think me.
Oh, oof. That's okay. There's not rejection. It's not a never. It's maybe later. That's what it is.
That's
not
what
right
it sounded
now.
like, yeah.
Not right now. Oh, wow. So she's the one who told
but
you.
Also,
she got cold feet.
Here's the impractical part about eloping, because I'm open to it. But if I just did it this weekend, say, and I went ahead and I pulled the trigger and we said, yep, let's do it. I just don't know how our mothers would respond to that.
You don't know how your mothers will respond to
Yeah,
it.
neither mine nor hers.
Well,
I don't think they'd be happy.
As someone who values Mother Wallace in whatever she thinks, I will say, at the end of the day, I'm a grown man. I make my own decisions.
Correct.
And if you two are in love, you get to do what you want to do. So if you really were ready to get married, which you were and she was not, then you would have did it. So,
I don't know that part's true. I think we were both good with it.
No,
it was just
obviously
the practicality
not.
Of it.
You literally just said that you wanted to go through with it, and you said that she was uneasy with going through with it.
That's not what I said.
Had she said yes, would you be married today?
I don't think so.
So you would have said no.
I think we mutually agree.
No. That's not the question that I asked. See, she has a lot of power control over you. She has you a little bit in a daze here.
I don't think that's accurate.
You got you hypnotized like Plies and Akon. No, clearly, you're just regurgitating what she told you. It's okay, Strofe. It doesn't. Again, she's not saying she didn't want to marry you now, but she's just saying, one day she wants to get married to you.
Dumpy in West Bend, who must have been very happy with the home run derby runner yesterday. Big Dumpy.
Big Dumpy.
So this must be Little Dumpy in West Bend. Said, what's wrong, Strofe? Chicken?
You really don't love her then, huh?
Oh, I do love her.
No, you don't, man. You don't. What you don't do. This is what you don't do. KBN Nation, listen. I'm not the best, or I'm not the most.
By the way, these golfers here at the Dells Open, they think you were balking at them. They think you're calling them a chicken.
Oh, was he mad for real?
Yeah, they just yelled at you.
What did he say?
I don't know. I didn't hear it. I have headphones on. But they thought you were being.
Cal, what they say?
They think you're blocking it down. You might get in a fight. There's been a lot. I mean, you've been on social media recently. There's been a lot of golf fights.
Has there been?
All over the place. Yeah. Did you see the dude get thrown in the lake?
Oh, wow. No,
you saw this, right?
I can tell you this. I'm confident that won't be happening to me today.
Okay, that's fair. There's also not a lake super near us. So
I'm confident when nobody put their hands on me today because it's all about kumbaya today.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
It's all about love.
No, I mean, long story short is we discussed it. We decided it was not super practical. Oh, you got a thumbs up. So
yeah,
I
told you it's all about love and peace and harmony today.
I love that. The world needs more love.
Except for when you go to Las Vegas and getting married.
There was plenty of love in Las Vegas.
No, there was not. You didn't have enough love in Las Vegas.
I'll tell you. Hold on a minute. Number one, plenty of love. I'm not going to tell you any more of my business.
Wait,
plenty of love.
What? Bro, what?
Number two.
Yuck. What are you doing? This is a children's show.
Number two.
I didn't need to know that. Don't touch me.
Hold on. Number two, you would be proud of me. So when you walk down the streets in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I've been, yeah.
There are people that try to hand you cards.
Oh, yeah. I got a couple cards.
Dude, I'm walking around with my girlfriends hand in hand. We're holding hands.
They don't know what y'all into.
Right. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. And then you walk 14 feet further, and they're like, hey, you want one of these? Nope, I'm good.
Yeah, the cards are interesting. I had the card, and it was excellent.
And then if you stay out late enough, rather than bringing them back to their office, assuming that they have one, I guess I don't really understand that business very well, they just throw them all on the floor. So you're walking around.
And you just grab them.
You're walking around the concrete that is, the Las Vegas sidewalks, and you just have business cards of naked people.
That's intelligence.
Is it?
That's a good business model. You never know who's going to put their head down and say, ooh, I think I want that. And so, again, for me, you never know. Did anybody take a picture? Like, somebody try to get you to take a picture or whip you with some chains or anything like that?
No, we avoided Goofy, the Disney character.
Oh, that's not free.
He was everywhere. Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's not free.
We avoided.
That's what happened to my boy. I forgot his name, but the boy who I went to Vegas with, they got him. He was a sucker. He was a sucker.
What did he take a picture with? The women?
He took a picture, yeah. With the
big outfits? What are they called?
No, he took a picture with the women who had the whips and the chains.
Did he get whipped?
Yeah, he got whipped, and it cost him some money. He didn't realize.
By the way, this coming from the man who 90 seconds ago said this was a children's show. Continue.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm talking about Big Bird. Stop me before I get in trouble.
I'm talking about Big Bird.
But no, Vegas. I'm glad you came to your senses. I really didn't want you to get married in Vegas, selfishly.
Because you wanted to come to the wedding.
Yeah, I want to come to your wedding, man. You gonna do it big at your wedding? Because I'm assuming.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're gonna propose at some point by the time between now and next year.
I would agree. Yeah.
If you're talking about getting married in Vegas.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Are you gonna beat me to it?
You're getting married now? No.
Are you sure about that?
No, we would do. Well, when are you getting married? Do you have a date?
I'm getting married next summer.
Oh, then no, absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
You'll beat me by 2 years, I would guess.
Oh, wow. What? Wait, 2 years? What?
Weddings are expensive.
Bro, it's called saving money. Money.
I just went to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
How do you think that went?
Yeah, no, all that belly and all that money you spent should have been going into your bank account.
Real quick.
And all that swinging of bat, man, that was so embarrassing, too.
We can talk about that.
You need to stop embarrassing KBN. Because you embarrassed our entire station, the entire state of my show.
You've got like 6 things going on right now.
Because I got a lot of complaints. Yeah,
clearly. I've got a complaint for you, real quick.
Uh-oh.
So you walk in today to the Bog, beautiful golf course, beautiful facility behind us. Mm-hmm. Ashton Rotman and you are hanging out in there.
Yeah, we are. We're talking.
I came out of the restroom.
You did.
And what was the first thing you said to me?
I said, boy, that gut is hanging. Boy, that pouch is pooching.
You called me fat.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say you fat. I just said your proportion. You can't be unathletic where you can't run. You can't be unathletic where you can't throw. You can't be unathletic and you can't jump. And then on top of that, have a little pooch like a kangaroo pouch. What, you got a Joey inside of there? What's going on?
I mean, I ate well. So I did.
I see.
I did. So last Wednesday I flew to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I was in Los Angeles Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday we flew to Vegas.
Yeah,
I was in Vegas Saturday, Sunday, flew back yesterday. Mm-hmm. And ate super well by all means.
I can see.
So you bring up my bat swing. For those of you that haven't seen it on Instagram and Twitter and all that at ESPN Milwaukee.
That was rough.
So what happened was I was at an event for our sister station out in Los Angeles, ESPN LA.
Yeah, shout out to LA.
And they do an event called All-Star Friday Night where a bunch of their talent, and it's George Sedano and Ramona Shelburne, who you see on ESPN TV.
Big time.
They all play in like this charity softball game once a year on a Friday night. But throughout the day, they have other activities. One of which was what they call a Legends Launch, which is fans that sign up to participate in a home run derby off of a tee.
Oh.
And the way they did it this year, They had a few open spots.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm on PTO, although I'm technically kind of working. Can I do it? And they're like, yeah, go for it. So I kind of threw my hat in the ring. I didn't expect to win.
Duh.
So they give you 90 seconds to hit as many off a tee as you can.
How many you hit?
I probably hit like 25.
25 times?
Yeah, probably maybe 30.
You hit the ball 30 times in 90 seconds?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was going fast.
Do we have a video of you actually hitting it?
That's what. Yeah, it's on social. I had ESPN Milwaukee.
How far did it go?
I hit 2 home runs.
Oh, nah, I know you a lie. You hit 2 home runs?
The very first swing, I hit a home run.
You a lie.
I'm dead serious. I can show you the video.
I want to see the video.
My form is absolutely atrocious.
I want to see the video.
Here, I'll give it to you.
We'll see it during the break.
But I hit, so I hit 2 home runs, and it wasn't great, man. But the very first swing, I hit a home run. So there's a smaller fence in the outfield. You see that? And I smoked this one. So that one goes out. You can see the dude in the outfield look behind him. And then
why is your swing so bad?
I'm picking up my front leg. I'm swinging low. My shoulders are dipping. I'm looking up too high. Like everything wrong.
I mean, I can't see. I mean, I would be better, but I mean, I'm not. I can't. So what is it, like 100 feet for the ball to go for a home run?
It was further than that. I think that was the home run.
Yeah.
I hit 2. I thought I hit 0.
So they're putting.
And I got done.
So they put the ball in front of you.
So they put it on a tee.
Yeah.
And I was just smoking it I was just swinging as hard
smoking.
as I could.
That's what you call it?
Probably not smoking.
Smoking.
I was swinging my shoulders as hard as I could. I was gassed by the first 10 swings.
But you think you can make how many threes and how many minutes?
But that's a different workout, Kyle. I think I can make 190 minutes.
But you you use your legs a lot more. Your arms get tired.
Right, exactly. I'm using my legs less when I'm swinging a baseball.
So exactly. So your legs are going to get exhausted very quickly.
But my arms wouldn't.
Shooting a basketball?
No.
Dude, have you never shot 100 shots in basketball?
That's the one sport I did play, so that's why I have so much
your arms get exhausted from going like this.
Okay, regardless, I apologize that apparently I'm embarrassing.
You are embarrassing.
But regardless.
But you're lovable.
I hope I provided good content for you.
You did. You did. I'll always care about you. You're just that one friend that just, the train. You're like Thomas the choo-choo train.
Keep on going.
Except, you keep on going. Thomas was much better than you were, though.
Well, Thomas was just a train. I'm a human being.
Yeah, a very interesting.
You're comparing me to a fictional character.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, wow.
Dave from Aaron chimes in. Cardinals talking text line 800-990-3776. Stroke that beer gut, easy for me to say, gets even bigger at 39.
Yeah, you're too young for that.
No, I'm not.
No, you don't get that at 27. You usually be getting that at 37, 35.
Well, bad news. Here I am. Taylor in Waukesha says Strofe is an overweight clown.
Wow. Does Taylor not like you?
No, he's called me a clown 6 times today already. Just figured I'd read that one because he called me overweight, and I think that's silly for a man that weighs 170 pounds.
I mean, you aren't overweight. You're just disproportionate.
I just got a little bit disproportionate.
But you're lovable, as always, man.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. So anyway, good to be back with you, KBN Nation, no matter if you make fun of my beer gut or call me a clown or any of the in-betweens. Good to be with you live from the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. We are at the Bog in Saukville, which rocks. It's just an awesome venue, awesome place to play a round of golf. If you're looking for a tee time this summer, make sure you get up here to the Bog because it is awesome. Glad they're back as our host for the annual ESPN Milwaukee Open. He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strofe, hanging out with you until 5 o'clock today on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and, of course, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube.
10K followers, man.
Yeah, the road to 10K is over. We're on the road to 20K now.
A road to 20,000 followers. Let's go.
Subscribers,
yes,
that begins today. But speaking of the road to glory, the road to recognition, the road to superstardom hits Atlanta in Truist Park tonight. Jacob Miserowski is an MLB All-Star. That's big news since the last time I talked to you.
That is
KBN
huge
Nation.
news.
Jacob Miserowski will pitch the 7th inning for the National League tonight. We will react to that and the ridiculous commentary around it. That Jacob Miserowski in as an MLB All-Star after only 5 career starts tonight. We'll preview his inning of action, as well as talk about some of the commentary around Jacob Miserowski. That is up next. He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strofe, hanging out with you. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the Bog in Saukville on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I was like, it's the 414 hour at
I'm not going to lie. I feel like the kid who, got picked on the sports team. I was like, oh, you want me? No way.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
But they didn't go anywhere. And when they don't go anywhere, it opens up the possibility that they could be back.
On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All right, Takis fans. Wendy's knows you love your Takis Fuego chips. So we thought, why not make a Takis Fuego meal with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich with spicy chicken topped with crushed Takis Fuego chips and creamy corn spread. Plus, it comes with Fuego fries inspired by Takis and a bag of Takis Fuego chips. If we had any more heat, we might start an actual... I told him this would happen. For an intense new take on Takis chips, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Includes 1 ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under license.
There's a lot of reasons to shop at Macy's, but here's one you might not know about. Macy's has free personal stylists to help you find the perfect looks for summer. They're experts who know more than just the latest trends. They know how to find the fits, sizes, and designers that are perfect for you. Even better, get an extra 20% off the items you find at your first session. Book your free appointment in-store or at Macys.com/personal stylist. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The Big Slide, barns and barns of animals, and all that food on a stick. State Fair is one of the biggest events of the summer, and we'd like to send you there. Compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Purchase any one case 30-pack cans of Miller High Life or any one 12-pack Leinenkugel craft beer and receive one free State Fair ticket, all while supplies last. But don't delay. Tickets go quickly. And I know you don't want to miss the bacon-wrapped bacon. Visit us today at 51st and Oklahoma in Milwaukee and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Discount Liquor, voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us this week for your free Wisconsin State Fair ticket.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
And visit us online at discountliquorinc.com.
Siding Unlimited is your local family-owned and operated resource for remodeling your home. We specialize in replacing windows, siding, roofing, doors, and decks. I say specialize because that is who we send to your home. Our team is built around the experts in all fields. Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit the 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Window Contractor of the Year winner at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Waukesha.
Bella Kane takes the stage this Wednesday at the Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live. Gates open Wednesday at 6. Bella Kane starts at 7. Epic bands, unforgettable nights. It's Wednesday Night Live at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with an offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and no interest financing for 12 months. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
KBN live from the Bog in Saukville. It is the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strofe. Hanging out with you until 5 o'clock tonight. And what is tonight? The 2025 MLB All-Star game at Truist Park in Atlanta. Freddie Peralta will not go for the NL.
Pitched on Sunday.
He did indeed. But the Miz will.
Oh, the Mizerator.
Jacob Miserowski will pitch the 7th inning tonight for the National League. Before we get to the commentary and the excitement around Miz, have they always announced when pitchers are going to go?
That was the question I was trying to ponder yesterday. But what's interesting is that we don't just have one pitcher pitching in the All-Star game. We have 3 that were placed in it on 2 guys who are actually available for
Trevor
it.
McGill being
and Trevor McGill told reporters that he was expecting and anticipating pitching an inning in the All-Star game, though it wasn't clear when. So, no, I don't think this is normal where you know who the starters are, but you typically don't have right before the game because you don't know what the scenarios are, that they're saying, yep, he's coming in the 7th inning. This was purposely done by Major League Baseball because they know exactly what they have in Miserowski. He is the hot news in baseball right now. I would say he is more popular than Cal Raleigh is, who is the home run leader who's going to, right now on pace to potentially compete with Barry Bonds for most home runs in a single season. And the talk of baseball around this country is Jacob Miserowski. And so announcing that he was going to pitch in the 7th inning allows for people to make sure they tune in as soon as possible. So whether it's the 5th inning or 6th inning, to not miss Jacob Miserowski going against All-Stars.
So Trey Turner, who obviously plays for the Phillies and was upset that a couple different guys didn't get selected to the All-Star game after some of the news at the end of last week that Jacob Miserowski got that final spot, yada, yada. So Trey Turner said this, quote, "It's not the All-Star game in the sense that the best players go there or people who have had the best season. It's whoever sells the most tickets or has been put on social media the most," end quote. In reference, of course, to Jacob Miserowski's superstar.
Fans get to vote on it, too.
But not at this point, right? Not during the replacements.
But, I mean, the All-Star, the initial All-Star, fans have a pretty significant say in who gets to be an All-Star.
Yeah, in the starters, you are correct. So I guess I don't get from a Phillies perspective. I get it, saying, well, we're going to have our guys back. I don't really have an issue with that, right? So if the Phillies want to be upset and they want to say, Miserowski didn't deserve it, this guy, guy A, guy B, guy C deserved it more than him. Sure, I guess I'll hear that argument when you're backing your guy up. What I do not appreciate is when some of our own are taking shots at the idea of one of the most exciting prospects in baseball is going to the All-Star game and representing our great city in Milwaukee, our great state of Wisconsin, and our great team of the Brewers. Steve the Homer True.
Oh, no, don't say it ain't true. Homer's
5 to 6
going to get banned from American Family Field. He keep talking crazy.
Yesterday on Twitter from Homer, quote, "Happy the Miz is in the All-Star game, but it's a joke. So wrong," end quote. If Miz threw 130 miles per hour, then okay. That's what Homer said on Twitter yesterday.
It's not so wrong. I can understand if he was like the first alternate, but he wasn't the first guy that they were looking for. And for me, when I think about it, who cares? If you're not an initial All-Star and you're not on the first backup where you're deserving, at that point, who cares? Anybody that gets in is probably undeserving of being an All-Star. That's what it comes down to. And for me, I'm right there with Dave Roberts when he talked about this is a great experience for the young kid, but also this is about the fans. The All-Star game is not a real game. It's a game that is for the fans to be entertained. So should he have been in? Probably not. But who cares? It's going to be a great experience. And like Dave Roberts said, it is going to be absolutely electric. That's what the reigning World Series manager said. He said another player on an opposing team that just swept his team, that him being in the All-Star game and him coming in and pitching in the 7th inning is going to be electric, and it's going to be electric for every person that's there. It's going to be electric for the AL who's watching, the NL players who are watching, and every fan down there in Atlanta.
Let's make it as simple as this. We hear all the time in Major League Baseball that the game isn't growing. The game, I don't want to say it's dying because it's not. But the game is not growing. It's not appealing to a younger audience.
You have a guy who has 38 home runs at the All-Star break, and nobody's talking about him.
They're talking about his nickname more than they're talking about his performance.
You knew who Barry Bonds was. You knew who Sammy Sosa was. You knew who Mark McGwire was. You knew who Jason Giambi was.
The most
run all these guys were.
Is the nickname Big Dumper.
Yeah, and people probably don't even know who's the Big Dumper? What team does he play for?
It's, of course, Cal Raleigh, who Kyle is referring to, who won the home run derby last night and leads the majors in home runs. But if we want to do this, this song and dance about, well, the game's not growing, the game isn't appealing to younger audiences. You know how you get people excited about sports? Do things people don't see regularly.
Bingo.
It's as simple as that, right? Do things that people don't see regularly. What makes Patrick Mahomes awesome? He does things you've never seen before.
He's a magician.
What makes Lamar Jackson appealing in the NFL?
The ability to run and throw that football like we haven't seen before.
Exactly.
We thought Mike Vick was impressive.
Lamar's at another level, right, in comparison to Mike
Caitlin
Vick.
Clark, hell. But listen, let's be honest. When it comes to WNBA basketball, ratings weren't that great. They were decent. But Caitlin Clark comes in. The Fever are selling out on opposing teams' arena. So, again, it's about can you shoot the three ball is so impressive. Steph Curry is another thing. Everybody wanted to see Steph, not because Steph could do a windmill dunk, it's because Steph can shoot from half court and knock a shot down. People want to be entertained. We went through the same thing last year with Caitlin Clark, where they complained and said she shouldn't have been in the All-Star game, where people need to understand that sports is about driving revenue and driving interest. And when you have somebody that is interesting to the world, you have to capitalize on it. You don't know how long Jacob Miserowski is going to be this budding star. And so you need to capitalize on it. And Major League Baseball saw an opening and they seized it. And I promise you, if they did an inning by inning of who's watching the All-Star game, I guarantee you the inning that Jacob Miserowski pitches, you're going to see a spike in many different markets, but I bet you in Milwaukee there'll be a spike in people watching that baseball game during that half hour.
About 9 o'clock tonight, I'll be flipping it on, but this will make me watch the All-Star game. I can't remember the last MLB All-Star game I actively sat down and was excited to watch.
No, nobody watches baseball's All-Star game like that. People don't even watch the home run derby like that anymore.
Which is disappointing, but also I was listening to it last night on ESPN Radio, and I was confused on the rules. If you hit a home run a certain distance, you got a bonus round, or you get to. It was confusing.
What was wrong with the old format?
I don't know, Kyle. I don't know, and that's the part that confuses me. This is interesting from Bob Nightingale. Shout out to intern Calvin for showing me this. USA Today's Bob Nightingale reporting this on Sunday. MLB officials, this is a direct quote from Nightingale, quote, MLB officials actually reached out to about a dozen pitchers looking for a replacement for the All-Star game until Miserowski agreed on Friday.
A dozen is how many?
That would be 12.
12 people.
MLB is concerned by the rash of players who have bailed out of the All-Star game this year.
So, again, we're not talking about him being the first call-up. This is man after man after man. This is in one
finally
league,
go,
the NL.
Wait a minute. What would be good for the All-Star game? A boost of excitement, a boost of young player, a boost of a guy that throws 102 miles an hour on the regular. That's good for the All-Star game.
You know where they got that idea from? Is they listened to the pitching ninja on KBN last week, and
Who
he
was
said,
great, by the way.
Yeah, he was. He said Jacob Miserowski should be in the All-Star game. It's too soon. He hasn't had enough starts, but he would be great in the All-Star game. They were listening to the pitching ninja on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I think you got it. I think you're correct on that. Pitching ninja.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of that conversation? You can find it back at ESPN.
Listen, my favorite part about that is seeing somebody who actually evaluates baseball over and over and over saying two things. He said that Jacob Miserowski has the potential to be one of the greatest pitchers of all time. But more importantly for me,
tools, that's for sure.
More importantly for me as a team guy is the Milwaukee Brewers with Freddie Peralta, Big Woo, and Brandon Woodruff, who was back in, pitch. He had a lot of strikeouts on Sunday, only in less than 5 innings. And Jacob Miserowski. If they're able to be a great 1-2-3 punch, he believes that this team, they have the pitching staff to win a World Series. They have the staff to win a World Series. And that's coming from somebody that watches a lot of baseball and watches a lot of pitching. So he knows that the Brewers have a legitimate 1-2-3 if Jacob Miserowski continues on this, and Big Woo is the guy that he's always been.
We'll talk more Brewers at some point this afternoon, Kyle, because a lot has happened since I've left last Wednesday. I've been off since last Wednesday. A week ago today was the last day I worked.
Mm-hmm.
They completed a sweep of the Dodgers.
Sure did. Brought the brooms, baby.
They've won 7 in a row, which is the second best winning streak in baseball, the best in the NL, entering the All-Star break. They're a game back of the Cubs. Sure. I was very close to nailing my prediction, by the way, which I bailed on, but I made it Summerfest. I said by the All-Star break, the Brewers will catch the Cubs. I was very close to nailing that.
You got to stick to it. See, we're both emotional.
Yes, we are.
But you jump off the emotion. I'm stubborn. I stick to it.
After a loss in Miami and kind of a bad weekend series directly after I made that prediction, I got a little nervous.
Yeah, you can't get nervous. You got to ride the wave, baby. You got to sink with the ship. I'm going down with the Titanic, baby. I'm glad I wasn't on that ship. I probably would have been a server anyway.
The Titanic? Oh, yeah, true.
They probably did. I'm black behind, definitely.
Hold on, real quick.
Can you imagine me trying to get on the boat of like a little boat back in the day? They would say, if you don't get your paws off of here.
What's been the big story about the submarine from a few years ago? Is there like a documentary?
No, the documentary's out, and the documentary actually has the moment that the wife of the guy who was the founder realized something went wrong, and then also the explosion.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Have you watched it?
No. I just saw a preview, and I just heard about it.
I wonder if it's any good.
Yeah, it was called the Submersible, right? Titan Submersible. Would you do something like that?
No, absolutely not.
Me either. I listen.
Billy,
like living.
Billy in Sussex makes an interesting point because I agree with this. And I was just thinking about this as we were discussing the idea of many guys turning it down or teams saying, hey, we don't want you to pitch in the All-Star game because it's meaningless these days. Billy in Sussex says the MLB All-Star game needs to go back to the old way where the winner gets home field advantage in the World Series. It made it way more watchable. It also made it more attractable for the players, and it made it, just to your point, generally appealing to the fans because actually something was on the line. Now you're just playing baseball. It's NBA All-Star-esque, right?
I think there's a bigger
it's
problem.
It's fun. It might be intriguing to see the best players compete against each other, but it doesn't mean jack. And that's the same, knock you can make against the NBA All-Star game.
I wonder what happened, right? There was a moment in time where All-Star games meant something, but in all major sports, and I think even hockey did, they had to make it unique and different by having like little smaller teams. What happened to it being an honor to be an All-Star? The NFL used to love them being in Honolulu. Then they moved it to Florida, and now they just have basically the Pro Bowl games. NBA was 212 to 215. They're not playing any type of defense, and now you have baseball, the last one surviving, where guys are saying, I'd rather just have my vacation.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the season's a grind, so I see where they're coming from that perspective. But I agree with you. I mean, for Jacob Miserowski, that's the case still. Right, this is a guy who's barely played in an MLB action. He's 4-1. He's only played 5 games. He has the opportunity of a lifetime to be an All-Star for the first time in his career, obviously, but also the All-Star that has played in the least amount of games in MLB history. Jacob Miserowski crushing that record this year. I think Paul Skeens had 11 starts last year, and that was the record. He only played 5, so less than half of the games that Paul Skeens played last year. So this is a guy who's obviously going to be excited about the opportunity he's worked his whole life for. But when you become a superstar, maybe it just becomes less appealing and you would rather have the few days off or maybe have the opportunity to go to L.A. for the ESPYs before getting back to action later in the week in MLB action. I don't know. I don't understand it. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but you're right. It's the same problem in the NFL. Seems for the most part, NBA guys still appreciate being All-Stars.
Yeah, they enjoy the weekend, but they don't really care about playing
that game. Isn't.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. It's 250 to 240 every year, and I don't know. I enjoy the NBA All-Star game personally, but I understand the
dunk contest sucks now too because you got the best stars don't participate. They're all soft nowadays. Our generation, millennials, are soft.
Yeah,
scary.
Ron in the Key says this isn't a mystery. Money happened. It's irresponsible financially for players to care about the All-Star game and risk millions in future earnings by getting hurt. Sure, but isn't that the same case you could make up pitching on a random Tuesday in June?
That's true,
right? And if you happen to get injured, yeah, you'd likely risk millions of your future. There was a report, speaking of money in the future, there was a report that Jacob Miserowski and the Brewers were in contract negotiations. That rumor has been
I was going to say
it's not true. They have not negotiated.
I don't think it sounds real. If I'm Jacob Miserowski, what benefit do I have doing a contract negotiation now when I'm 23 years old? The most you can do it. I mean,
the point I'll make, and then I do want to talk more Brewers on the other side, Kyle. But the point I will make on that is it'd be really smart by the Brewers.
Yeah,
and I would love to see them have a little sense of urgency with this guy who looks like he could be your future.
Because the Brewers have him wrapped up basically for the next 6 or 7 seasons.
I think it's 5.
So you're going to sign. Yeah. So you're going to sign. Well, because I think you have 6 years of service.
You do, but yeah.
And then you have.
So he technically wouldn't be eligible this year, but if he wins NL Rookie of the Year, which he very well might, that would count as a year of service. So it'd be down to 5.
Okay, so it'll be 5 years after this one. So he'll be 28.
Yep.
Well, which I guess for him, 28. Yeah, because you'll get the second contract. So I see the benefit.
Yeah, we'll see. But I don't know. I just want to see a little urgency out of the Brewers. But I'd also like to see that at the trade deadline, which we'll talk about here in a minute. What I do want to discuss with the Brewers coming up next is this text from Marcus on the Cardinals text line, 800-997-3776. Marcus being a Debbie Downer. Why do you waste your time getting excited for regular season Brewers? They aren't making the playoffs, and if they do, they won't win like always. That's Marcus in the 920 on the text line.
I mean, he's. I mean, it might be a Debbie Downer, but it's actually,
okay. I'm not letting you do this.
It's actually true. Historically,
we will address Marcus's text message and continue to talk about the Brewers hype. Coming up next is the All-Star game tonight, which you can hear right here on ESPN Radio. 7th inning, Jacob Miserowski. The Miz will pitch in the MLB All-Star game, makes MLB history. The least amount of games played by an MLB All-Star in MLB history. More Brewers hype. We get to Marcus's text. Coming up next, it's KBN live from the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open at the Bog in Saukville, right here on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
The comments were so mean, but they also were kind of funny.
Wait, I didn't see the comments.
They said popcorn back in middle school must have been tough.
Please don't pick me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh. You know owning a home is one of the best investments you can make, but keeping it comfortable, energy efficient, and looking great, that takes a little extra work. But this summer, Universal Windows Direct is making it easy to finally tackle that project with an offer you can't pass up. Right now, you get to choose your offer. Pick the one that works for you. Payments as low as $99 a month or 12 months with no payments and no interest. Call 414-410-2000 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com.
Kyle Brust and Nortman's Ben Brust here for Grimal and Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal and Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies. They're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal and Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal and Associates at teamgrimal.com.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The NFC North Green Bay Packers are returning to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you're invited.
At defensive end number 90, Lucas Hercules Van Ness.
Lucas Van Ness with the sack.
And say hello to your brand new rookie edge rusher.
Green Bay Packers select
from Texas,
Barron Sorrell.
Coming to the all-new Cunis Hope Chevrolet of Milwaukee. Sunday, July 20th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Meet two of the Green Bay Packer defensive ends, Lucas Van Ness.
Lucas Van Ness bringing the pressure.
And Barron Sorrell.
Barron Sorrell might have just become a Packers favorite.
During this exclusive 2-hour meet and greet,
color action photos of both Van Ness and Sorrell will be provided.
Or bring your own item for them to sign free of charge.
Pressure and he's blasted. Ball is out. Still loose on the turf. Packers have it.
Meet Lucas Van Ness and Barron Sorrell live at Cunis Hope Chevrolet in Milwaukee, 11100 West Metro Auto Mall Drive, just off I-41. Sunday, July 20th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
This is Mike from Professional Construction, Inc. It's been an exciting year, from celebrating 20 years in business to our son graduating his construction apprenticeship and becoming a full-time carpenter.
Yeah, Dad, I won't be needing my toy hammer anymore. Why don't you hold that and the flashlight so I can help our amazing customers?
That's what a family business is all about, pursuing dreams and helping others.
And that's exactly what we do here at PCI.
Visit ProfessionalConstructionInc.com for all your construction needs.
You know, I couldn't stop talking about it to my family and friends. My knees are my trouble spot. But for me to tell them now that I'm doing so much better, they were amazed, and I've been amazed.
QC Kinetics Cellular Therapies. Yes, it is amazing how these non-surgical treatments deliver joint pain relief for patients like Dr. Eric Williams, a successful chiropractor.
Each week, I just started noticing that I could sleep and not have pain. I could play pickleball. I could do a CrossFit exercise routine.
QC Kinetics revitalizes your joints so you can move again without the pain pills or invasive surgery.
You know, I'm 60 years old and I want to stay competitive as long as I can. And QC has allowed me to do that. They did me right and really made a difference in my life.
Book your free consultation with QC Kinetics today and experience the difference for yourself.
I like to go, move, move, move.
QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always
a weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend. Tune in to Hear District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production. Marcus and his son Chris, a 1995 UCLA Hoops champ himself, talking about everything happening in the Bucks world, and are joined by some of the biggest names in basketball. Plus, they'll answer your questions, too. Stay on the beat of the Bucks and find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the Bog in Saukville. The 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open well underway on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in the month of July. He's Kyle Wallace and Alex Strofe hanging out with you. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman will rejoin us tomorrow after a game of golf today. They're out swinging them. They didn't think we were good enough for that for the second year in a row.
That's all right. That's all right. They might be right for that for me.
So I want to address this text message we just got from Marcus in the 920.
Marcus.
On the Cardinals Talking text line, which is 800-990-3776. That's your way into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with you until 5 o'clock here from the Bog in Saukville. Before I read Marcus's text, I want to read Dumpy's text because Dumpy in West Bend's text is very funny and it references the home run derby. Dumpy in West Bend says Marcus just took a big dumper on the show by sending in that text message. Marcus says this: why do you waste your time getting excited for regular season Brewers? They aren't making the playoffs, and if they do, they won't win like always.
Oh, wait. Marcus said they won't make the playoffs.
And if they do, they'll lose.
Okay, Marcus, that is quite – see, I was on Marcus' side when I first heard the Brewers won't win a World Series because factually, historically, that is correct. We have 0 World Series titles in Milwaukee Brewers / I guess Seattle Pilots history. And so I can't get mad at that. But the fact that he said they won't make the playoffs and why waste your time, watching Brewers baseball, if you've been watching the last 2 weeks, this has been the most exhilarating time for the Milwaukee Brewers that could possibly be. I mean, you have a team that's on a 7-game winning streak, a team that swept the Los Angeles Dodgers, and then had a comeback victory against the Washington Nationals.
Hold on. You don't need to make your case to Marcus.
Well, I'm just saying. Like,
it's as simple as this. Don't get in a relationship because you might get hurt. Don't eat a quesadilla or you might get diarrhea. It's as dumb as that, right? It's as simple as that. Don't get your hopes up for sports or because you might not win.
Only one team.
Mathematics tell me this: 29 teams don't have fun every year.
That's true.
Right in the MLB. I hate this attitude because factually, if we're going to do facts, the Milwaukee Brewers have won more games at the All-Star break than they ever have in franchise history. 56-40. They're 16 games above 500. This is a team who, by the way, lost their first 4 games this season.
Money.
Yeah, that's true. We know where your priorities always are.
The Brewers.
I just hate negative pre-heartbreak attitude when you are witnessing, to Kyle's point, some of the most exciting Brewers baseball ever. And you referenced the pitching ninja who joined KBN last week. If you missed that, find it on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel. We're on the road to 20K subscribers on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Really great conversation. But to his point, and to all of our points, and to anybody that's been watching the Brewers the last several weeks' point, this rotation has the makeup of a World Series champion. They have legitimate arms, more so than they ever have in the starting rotation. Big Woo, Brandon Woodruff is back, and he's looked really sharp. Jacob Miserowski, All-Star. Freddie Peralta, All-Star. Trevor McGill, All-Star.
That's true.
Right? I mean, and McGill, obviously the closer, and Abner Uribe probably deserving of being an All-Star. They have so many arms, whether it's in the starting rotation or in the bullpen, that they are in a better spot than they have been in past years. And it's felt like they've had chances, right? 2018 probably being the best example of that. But I might actually take this rotation over that 2018 rotation.
Yeah.
And when you look at some of the other players on the field, and I always make my Salvatore jokes, he's my favorite player because I love his energy. The dude has been awesome for them. He's exceeded expectations by a mile for them at the plate, as have some other guys, right? Like, Caleb Durbin's been really solid.
Caleb has been
for this
phenomenal.
team. Nobody saw that coming. How about Andrew Vaughn? A guy that was awful on the White Sox has come in and become Prince Fielder 2.0 for the Brewers the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think he had 10 RBI in 5 games or something like that. He was electric. Absolutely electric. So, for me, when I look at this, I'm with you, Strofe. We should definitely enjoy this ride. It's still not going to change my mind about what I feel about this team with the World Series. But do the Brewers have a shot? I will say 2 weeks ago I would have told you no. But what the Milwaukee Brewers have shown us, and what Jacob Miserowski, more importantly, has shown us in 5 starts, is that it wasn't an anomaly what he did in the first start, right? The way he bounced back after getting roughed up a little bit by the Mets and then taking on the Dodgers, having Shohei take him a yard early, but then being able to resettle himself.
The way he battled back that night.
The way he pitched that sixth inning was phenomenal, where he was able to get out of a jam. What he showed us, he has that intestinal fortitude in order to get through rough times and rocky times. And so for me as a Brewers fan, this team actually does have an opportunity to win a World Series by even standing pat.
Don't get excited for life. You'll just be disappointed. That's how I read it from Marcus. So, Marcus, appreciate you listening, giving you a hard time, but I hate that attitude. I can't stand negative sports fandom attitude.
This isn't the time for it, though. Like, this team.
Right now, it's certainly this is the worst time.
This isn't the time because, again, for me, when I look at the Brewers, the future is extremely bright. What this team was able to do last season, but now they're backing up last season. They had a rough start, and look where they are. They had one of the best records in baseball, I think, since like mid-May. This is a very good baseball team, and we as a city, we as a state in the community need to embrace what the Brewers are doing because they're building something very special that one day could bring that World Series trophy right here to Milwaukee.
The Cardinals Talking text line is blowing up given some of the Debbie Downer negative Nelly energy we've had around the Brewers on the text line. Joe in the Boonies says, Marcus is off his rocker. The past is no forecast of the future or the present. When we started 0-4 and got outscored 47-15, everyone was ready to say punt on the year. And then he goes on to say, and even if the Brewers do fall short, it hardly means a window is closed unless they hire Strofe as a hitting coach. That's what Joe in the Boonies says on the text line. Chris chimes in. Marcus is a Cubs fan. Dave from Aaron says, Marcus needs to move to Chicago. So, yeah, okay. Everybody's in agreement with us, I think.
Marcus is a hater. That's what he is.
This is the Positivity Power Hour as we talk a little Milwaukee Brewers.
It's not even positivity, man. Like, he went straight hater mode. It's one thing, again, to say they're not going to make the World Series, but say they're not going to make the playoffs? What?
Taylor in Waukesha chimes in. Brewers have the same chance to win a World Series as Strofe does to have a good show. So 100% on the Brewers to win the World Series.
Taylor's your number one fan.
Waukesha. Yes, he is.
I love Taylor in Waukesha.
Well, good to hear from Taylor in Waukesha. And all of you in KBN Nation, the Cardinals Talking text line is wide open for you. 800-990-3776 as we get excited about the Milwaukee Brewers and the All-Star game tonight. Jacob Miserowski, the rookie phenom after 5 starts, makes MLB history as the least experienced MLB player to ever be named to an All-Star game. He will pitch the 7th inning tonight for the National League, according to NL manager Dave Roberts. So obviously that will create some buzz and some excitement. It's literally the only reason I'm watching the All-Star game right now.
Yeah, and I'm out watching right away at the beginning.
And I forgot who said it earlier, but they need to bring back the home field advantage thing.
I
love that.
I don't think one All-Star game should determine.
Yeah, but it gives you something to play for. It builds the juice that it's lacking, right?
I mean, if the Dodgers have the best record in baseball, like by 7 games, I don't think they should have to not. Because of some All-Star game, they don't get to have.
Let me just say this, Kyle, because I think if we're going to make the argument of, well, Jacob Miserowski to the All-Star game is a good thing, which I do believe it is, right? I think it creates buzz, it creates excitement, and it showcases one of the best young stars in baseball. That's why I think it's a good thing. But if you want to create buzz for the All-Star game and the MLB, which baseball fans alike have all said all year, right? Well, baseball really isn't catching on, right? It's not really America's game anymore. So make the All-Star game mean something again.
But they did that, and I feel like it's not like ratings were through the roof.
Yeah, sure, but
so, I mean, it doesn't matter. And to make it even worse, if you're the Detroit Tigers, a team that isn't as a powerhouse like the Dodgers or the Yankees, and you have the best record in baseball, but because somebody lost a dang All-Star game, you don't get home field advantage. That's not right.
I think that is right. I think that's what it makes it mean something. Then players aren't turning down invites. People aren't skipping out on the All-Star game. I think it solves that issue, but that's another issue and another conversation for another day. He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strofe hanging out with you live from the Bog in Saukville. It's the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. I got a little fired up in that segment, Kyle.
You did. You got really chippy there.
I did. But I also got excited because we saw our good friend from Gina Della from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin roll by. For windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options from 7 different Pella lines side by side. Stop by soon the next 16 days because if you order by July 31st, you can get 0% interest for up to 5 years, but certain restrictions do apply. Visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield or schedule your free in-home consultation today on their website, PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. We will switch gears here coming up next as we talk a little Packers. Rasheed Walker on the NFL Network this morning asked about our favorite guy, Kyle, Caleb Williams. Rasheed Walker on Caleb Williams.
That guy.
Coming up next, it's Kyle Brust and Nortman live from the Bog in Stockville.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Do you wash your shins in the shower? We shower from hair to kneecap. The rest can drip down our legs to our feet.
Doesn't work that way.
No, it does work that way.
What does the poll say?
34% don't wash their shins.
That is shockingly low. KBN Nation, you're better than that.
Yeah, it sounds like we have a lot of disgusting human beings on this planet.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
Zach Tom is one of your core players. You identify a core player early, you sign them long-term, and you get them at a better rate.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
When you're forcing guys to consistently prove it, and there's no risk on the table for them, there becomes some semblance of resentment.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have, or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust talking about our friends at Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of your house this summer and go to Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road circuit that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. WeatherTech Vintage Weekend is up next July 17th through the 20th. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
It doesn't get any headlines just to be silently good. Big Fish Contracting, we say renovating homes, redeeming an industry.
It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
We're not only educating homeowners, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us. I mean, there's just such beauty in it, you know? If anyone is considering reaching out to us,
or you can check us out on our website, bigfishcontracting.com.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Real Estate Services, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Tony Wendorf & Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us today at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The Big Slide, barns and barns of animals, and all that food on a stick. State Fair is one of the biggest events of the summer, and we'd like to send you there. Compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Purchase any one case 30-pack cans of Miller High Life or any one 12-pack Leinenkugel craft beer and receive one free State Fair ticket, all while supplies last. But don't delay. Tickets go quickly. And I know you don't want to miss the bacon-wrapped bacon. Visit us today at 51st and Oklahoma in Milwaukee and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Discount Liquor, voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us this week for your free Wisconsin State Fair ticket.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
And visit us online at discountliquorinc.com.
They say print is dead. They also said the sound barrier couldn't be broken, and man would never walk on the moon. They said a lot of things, and they were wrong. We say print is alive. We should know, because print is what we do. Through 3 generations of blood, sweat, and ink, we continue to grow and evolve by consistently exceeding expectations. So print is dead, right? Wrong. When print is done right, it's unstoppable. Delzer, commercial print done right.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Oh, you should say, 1, 2, 3. Good luck going round the world, chasing other girls, thinking you'll find better, baby. Good luck.
Kyle Brust and Nortman rolls on live for the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open at the Bog in Saukville. I'm Alex Strofe alongside Kyle Wallace here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Brust and Nortman off golfing somewhere for the second year in a row. They have abandoned us, so it's down to us too.
Ben's not even golfing.
Oh, he's not?
No.
What's he doing?
You know what he's doing.
Glad handing?
Yeah, you know what he's doing. He's hopping around, finding reasons not to.
Kissing butts?
Yeah, finding reasons not to do the show. Typical Ben.
Typical Brust behavior, no doubt about that.
He don't love y'all like we love you.
That's
KBN
true.
Nation.
That's true. We show up every day, except for the last week when I was on vacation.
And then
at the end of the week when you're out. But
I offered to do the show. My flight leaves in the afternoon.
Where are you going?
I'm out of town. But I offered to do
Why
the
do you
show.
never say where you're going?
What you mean? Can you let me finish?
Sure.
Dang, interrupting. Boy, rude. Your mama taught you better manners than that. But as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I offered to do the show for like the first 30 minutes, but they told me, nah.
Where are you going?
I'm leaving town.
You leaving the state?
I'm leaving town.
You leaving the state?
Yeah. I'm leaving a little bit.
What do you got going on?
My cousin's going to be at the crib, huh?
Your cousin's going to be at the crib?
Yeah, he's going to be house sitting.
Wait, you get a house sitter?
No, he asked to stay, and I said sure.
So he's staying at your house and you're just leaving?
Yeah.
That's the reason you're leaving?
No, I'm going on a vacation, Strofe. What do you mean?
Oh, vacation.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting married?
No, nobody's getting married. No.
You're not getting married?
Not till next year.
Okay. Just you and baby girl?
Just me and baby girl. Just the two of us.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Where you going?
Leaving.
Why won't you tell me?
Because you being nosy, man. If I wanted to tell you, I would have told you.
I don't think it's that nosy to ask where you're going on vacation.
Yes,
that's a pretty general question.
What if I didn't want people to know I was going?
Because you could just say Mexico, and I'd say okay, great,
I'm in
enjoy.
Mexico.
Are you going to Mexico?
Viva la Mexico.
Are you actually going to Mexico?
Sí.
Oh, nice. Enjoy. See, it's as simple as that. That was hard. De nada.
Gringo.
I don't think you should say that.
Wait, is that not a? Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure. Is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing?
I wouldn't say things that you don't know the meaning.
Wait a minute.
That's the ultimate lesson here.
I thought it was fine to say that. I don't want to be canceled.
No, I think you're okay. Yeah, you're okay. It's a term used particularly in Latin America to refer to a foreigner, often one from the United States or other English countries.
Okay. Nope. I guess it's derogatory, so I take that back.
All right. There you go.
Blanco.
Well, that's white.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just calling me white?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've lost the plot. We have lost the plot here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I mean, because you just had to be so nosy.
I just asked where you were going, and you started speaking a different language that you don't speak. How's that my fault?
And I told you not to worry about it. You kept digging.
Well, I always find it odd that when I ask you where you're going, you don't tell me.
Well, maybe you should stop asking.
Well, okay. Time out.
I didn't ask you.
You said, I'm glad you didn't get married because I want to come to your wedding.
Yeah.
And if you are somebody that is worthy of an invite to my wedding, I feel like we should be on the level where if I ask you where you're going on vacation, you can answer with the country. I didn't ask what hotel you're staying at.
I'm not staying in a hotel.
What resort you're staying in?
There it is.
All-inclusive?
No.
Oh, it's not?
Dog, stop, man. You putting all my business out there.
Yeah, how many all-inclusive resorts do you think are in Mexico? One?
Bro, you are crazy. You get attacked, like you get fixated.
I do.
You're fixated on what my personal life.
Yeah, that's what makes me a good interviewer.
No. You're. I don't know how good you are at interviewing. Actually, I have no idea.
Why not?
Nothing you've interviewed has anything you've done gone viral other than you being unathletic?
Yeah, I would say. I guess define viral.
Like where everyone's like, oh, I got to watch this interview.
I guess I've had clips go viral. I don't know about the entire
not full interviews.
You're
not Barbara Walters.
I did. I would agree with that. I didn't say I was that good.
I'm just saying.
I said good. I didn't say great.
Doesn't it take for other people to tell you're a good interviewer to be a good interviewer?
I mean, I've made it this far, so I might be okay.
I made it this far, and I wouldn't say I'm the best interviewer.
I wouldn't either.
Even though I did have clips go viral as well.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, this is an uncomfortable conversation.
I mean, you made it uncomfortable asking about my personal business after I told you.
You called me a derogatory term in another language.
I did not. That is not. Do not say that. Chris dumped that off the. Don't let him say that for people to hear. That was it. A connotation. That's That's different. It's not a term. It's not a term.
Rasheed Walker on Caleb Williams coming up next as we kick off the 3 o'clock hour. Should I say tee off the 3 o'clock hour? Live from the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open.
It's just Greek.
That's Kyle Wallace and Alex Strofe. Rasheed Walker on Caleb Williams in 2 minutes right here on ESPN Wisconsin.
Gear up for Quick Trip's Mountain Dew Quick Climb. Now through August 17th. Play free daily in the Quick Rewards app and earn bonus plays with every eligible purchase. Grab one with hot food. That's 2 bonus plays. Each week, the cash prize climbs by $5,000, all the way to a $250,000 grand prize. So open the app and get climbing. Your summer, your climb, your win. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents residing in Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan, South Dakota, North Dakota, or Wisconsin. Ends August 17th. Bonus plays require qualifying purchase. See full rules at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
For over 50 years, Cousin Subs has celebrated and embraced the traditions of their home state of Wisconsin. And now, Cousins will be honoring a Wisconsin tradition like no other with their pull tab giveaway promo. Now through July 6th, while supplies last, guests will receive a Cousins pull tab with a sub or subinable purchase for a chance to win Cousin Subs for a year and much more. For additional info and official rules, visit cousinsubs.com/pull tabs. 1 pull tab per customer per transaction per day. To receive a pull tab with no purchase necessary, see official rules.
With a dedicated Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. For 15 years, we've been serving businesses, organizations, and individuals in the area with a long-standing commitment to the healthcare and not-for-profit sectors. Whether it's expansion to commercial payments, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions to navigate your organization's complex needs. Experience the difference with Fifth Third Bank. National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority. They are your premium provider for eye care and corrective eye surgeries. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. Dr. Nausheen Abbas joined the Holtebeck Eye Center team last September, and her practice philosophy is to provide patient-centered medicine by giving all options. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol. Learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Kyle Brust and Nortman rolling on live from the Bog in Saukville for the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. He's Kyle Wallace and Alex Strofe with you until 5 o'clock tonight. You are a weird individual.
How so?
We get done with the segment, we go to commercial break, and you go, yeah, I'm not going to Mexico.
I mean, I'm not. I'm not. I'm going somewhere else, man. For me to know and you never to find out.
All right, that's fine. It's just
dang, man.
It's fine. It's just
you are the nosiest individual.
I don't
know.
think this is nosy. This is a pretty general question.
If somebody says, "Hey, bro, don't worry about it," I need to know.
Kyle, if I went on vacation last week.
Yes, and you openly told us where you were going.
No, but somebody asked. I don't think I said, well, I'm going here and I'm going there.
You did, because we were talking about the party that we're going to be having for Ben coming up very soon. I got to figure out. I don't think Ben wants to have the party for KBN Nation, because I want to have the party for KBN Nation. That will be next Thursday.
Why next Thursday?
Because that's when everybody was available. Or we can do the week after that. I think Brad's gone soon or something.
Okay.
But I want to do a party for his bachelor party.
Yeah, that's fair. Lasagna in Milwaukee chimes in. I want to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Yeah, we will not be having that today. Hard to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust with no Ben Brust. We will play at 3 o'clock tomorrow instead.
Oh, that's fun.
It is fun. I would agree.
Are You Smarter Than Kyle? The fans would win.
Yeah, and I think Are You Smarter Than Strofe? I would dominate. So.
Of course you think that. Is there anything you think you can't do?
We've been over this, and the answer is no. I think I can do just about everything. And I can't do much. But
not very much.
But being the maestro of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, I feel like I would have an advantage because I've written so many questions.
There's no advantage. The questions are the questions. Just because you wrote so many questions, I can find questions we never used before. It doesn't mean you're going to be intelligent.
That's probably fair. So we will play Are You Smarter Than tomorrow, Wednesday at 3 o'clock, rather than our normal Tuesday, which, of course, is presented by our friends at Lakeland University. But Packers offseason, we are 8 days away from the start of training camp up in Green Bay.
Ooh, that's big time,
by the way,
baby.
is very exciting. Guess what I found out today?
What?
We're going to be there.
Oh, I get to go to Green Bay. I get to go to the Tundra Trio. Oh, do I get to go to the owners' meeting as well?
I don't think it's next Wednesday this year. I don't think they have it on the same day. I think it's next Friday.
Ooh, that sucks.
I would love to send you again, though, as our correspondent.
Yeah. I don't know.
2 trips to Green Bay in a week is too much for you?
Way too much. Way too much. Not enough to do. Even though I had a good time in the Green Bay area as a kid going up there.
Yeah, that's fair. You said going up there or growing up there?
Well, going up there. But it might not have been Green Bay. I had a club for kids. That might have been Oshkosh. Not sure.
Yeah, that's not Green Bay.
Appleton, there's a club for kids.
Also not Green Bay.
Oh, okay. Fox Valley?
That'd be the Fox Valley.
Yeah. Good times.
Good times. 8 days away from the start of Packers training camp. Next Wednesday will be the first practice open to the public, and it will be the first practice period. Quarterbacks and rookies will report, I believe, on Sunday or Monday. So
Jordan Love will report this year?
This week, less than a week away from that, which is very exciting because it's one of the best times of the year, man. We get real football to talk about instead of a topic we're going to do here in a little bit of how did the Packers have a successful offseason. We get to stop doing that and talk about real football in 8 days, which I can't wait about. But this is something. So today, Rasheed Walker joined the NFL Network's signature morning show, Good Morning Football. Kyle Brandt is still on there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who else is still on there these days because I think the rest of the original cast is gone, but neither here nor there. Kyle Brandt asked Rasheed Walker about Caleb Williams and some of the things he said this offseason. Here's what the Packers left tackle said this morning on Good Morning Football.
At the end of last season, the Bears won in Lambeau, and I don't know if it's gotten back to you, but Caleb Williams, our young quarterback, has said a few times this offseason that he is undefeated in Lambeau Field, and he's pretty pleased with that. What's it like to hear that, and what do you guys do about it?
Hey man, he got lucky. But
what do you mean?
He got lucky. You know what I'm saying? Make the playoffs.
Tell us more, Rasheed.
He doesn't want to. He said he got lucky.
Look.
Hey, he's saying a lot without saying nothing.
Yep.
No, man, that's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? They got lucky, make the playoffs, and we're going to see him again this year, and we're going to remember he said that.
We're going to remember he said that, says the Packers left tackle Rasheed Walker about the Bears' second-year quarterback Caleb Williams. I would just like to remind Rasheed about one other thing that Caleb Williams said this offseason, and that would be at that music festival that's far inferior to Summerfest a couple weeks ago, the chant. Remember what that was?
Yeah, something about the Bears still suck.
Well, something like that. It sounded a little something like this.
Green Bay! 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 Yes, sir!
And you can faintly hear the from Caleb Williams in the background that he was getting all juiced up about.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The Bears are just so embarrassing. The problem is that their focus is on all the wrong places. Shout out to Rasheed Walker for answering and just saying they got lucky, make the play. Like, what do we talk? We're talking about a team that was 5-12 last year, talking about they beat the Packers the last game of the season only to go home. Like, what are we talking about? Why is their goal? Well, I understand why their goals are so low because they're so trash. They don't know any better, right? So you got a team that's full of a bunch of losers, as Brian Bulaga said before, that celebrate beating the Green Bay Packers when the Packers didn't even have their starting quarterback for most of that football game. Like, what? Yes, you won the football game, but your season was over. You failed in the season. What are you celebrating winning the last game of a football season of a team that half-heartedly was out there trying to compete in that game? Josh Jacobs, I don't think he even played in the second half of that game. So what are we talking about? This is what y'all are happy about? Not winning when it actually mattered, when it could help your season, when then Carl Brooks' fingertip blocked your the field goal and continued to send your season downward spiral. But you guys are talking about the last game of the season that was absolutely absolutely meaningless. This is the problem with the Chicago Bears. Until their coach, Ben Johnson, comes in and says, shut up with the Packers talk and focus on winning each and every game and let the play on the field do all the talking, this organization will continue to still suck.
I just want to point out the lack of importance the Packers viewed that game with. They were already locked into the playoffs. I believe they may have still had a chance to be the 6th seed, but I could be remembering incorrectly.
You needed for the Commanders, I believe, to lose that game. You needed another team to lose in order to get.
And obviously,
that.
you needed to win. But
yeah.
The Packers at halftime said, "Meh, we're good." Malik Willis threw more passes than Jordan Love in that game. Emmanuel Wilson and Chris Brooks each had more carries than Josh Jacobs.
Chris Brooks.
My guy, I like Chris Brooks.
I love Chris Brooks. I hope he makes the roster.
The leading receiver in that game for the Packers was Malik Heath. Right? That should tell you the story of that game. The Bears beat the Packers' second stringers.
And there's barely.
By 2 points.
If it wasn't for a terrible, because that was the time where we had the terrible play call where they lined up all the corners on the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for that idiotic play call that I have no idea what the Packers are doing defensively, the Packers might have still won that game. Like, this is ridiculous. That they're still excited about beating the Packers. You won 5 games. You should find no happiness from winning one game at the end of the season. The Bears, if anything, should be saying, bleep everybody on the schedule that they lost to, but instead they're focused on the Green Bay Packers. That is the problem with the Chicago Bears, and I ain't worried about the Bears whatsoever. I'm worried about this team trying to win a championship, not beating the damn Bears.
Here's the difference between Green Bay Packers fans and Chicago Bears fans.
And players.
Caleb Williams is indeed 1-0 at Lambeau Field. Congratulations to him. That's a huge accomplishment. Happy for him. You aware what Jordan Love's record at Soldier Field is by chance?
What is it, 3-0?
2-0.
2-0?
Yeah.
I guess only started.
Jordan Love is undefeated at Soldier Field. The Bears have beat the Packers once in the last 5 years.
And we ain't even talking about it.
Right, because it's just how it is. It's not that big of a deal. Now, again, I understand you want to inject some, blood into the rivalry, but 5-12 ain't going to get you very far.
No, it's not. No, it gets people fired after their coach found out.
And that continues to happen for them as they have another turnover of head coaches, and they extended their general manager, which we love to see this offseason.
And Caleb better be focused on getting his career off. Because every quarterback that has gone to Chicago in the last 40 years has died. And when I say died, their career, not in life, but their career has gone nowhere. So he better be more focused on winning football games than just beating the dang Green Bay Packers once in Week 18.
The Bears still have yet to have a 4,000-yard passer in the history of their franchise. Caleb Williams falls about 450 yards short of that last year, finished with 3,500 passing yards. Caleb Williams is undefeated at Lambeau Field, sure. He is 1-0. But Jordan Love is undefeated at Soldier Field with a larger sample size.
But we don't even care about that.
No, we don't.
We don't care about being undefeated. We care about winning football games. We care about dominating teams. And the Bears have been embarrassing for the last decade.
Yes, if not longer than that.
Yeah, I guess
20
so.
years, really. Mr. 36 chimes in, bleep them bums when it comes to the Chicago Bears. Yeah, I agree. I thought Rasheed Walker's response was perfect.
It was.
And as somebody said in that clip, he said a lot without saying anything.
That's a winner's response. That's where somebody doesn't get too excited over.
Only things he said were
game.
They got lucky, and we're not going to let him. We're not going to forget it.
And the thing is, he can say that, and they can back it up.
And they will.
The Bears can't back it up.
The Bears haven't been able to back it up. Maybe this is the year they turn it around under Ben Johnson, but
I doubt it.
I also doubt it. Time will tell.
I see controversy
with
growing.
that one. Already?
Yep.
Between Johnson and Williams, or what do you mean?
I think with the receivers there, I feel like there's not enough footballs to go around. There's not.
I agree.
They don't have enough footballs to go around, and I think you see a guy where I don't think Luther Burden has a fit quite yet, but you have
Roma Dunze, DJ Moore.
You have DJ Moore. You brought in another tight end that you already had, Cole Kmet. You have 5 guys that you're going to have to probably move the ball around to. There ain't enough balls for everybody.
Was this offseason a success for the Green Bay Packers? Was it a success for the other teams in the NFC North? We will discuss that coming up next on Kyle Brust and Nortman, live from the Bog in Saukville. He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strofe. Got to tell you about our friends over at Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. The open road is calling your name, and the ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This July, you could burn some major rubber on the custom Harley-Davidson of your dreams and the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. Just play with your rewards card all July for entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward play. Fire Up Your Fantasy only at Potawatomi. More info is online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play. Was this offseason a success for the Green Bay Packers? We dive into that question for the rest of the 3 o'clock hour. That's coming up next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
These hands are not made for fixing anything in the house. I'll make a phone call, and I'm cheap, but I ain't that cheap. I got my guys. Got my handyman. Shout out to Chris. Under the table.
Just like that, dude's getting audited now.
Yeah.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Starting off with an issue in Ozaukee County. Southbound Highway 57 is closed from Belgium Kohler Road to Fredonia Avenue, all because of a vehicle fire. So heads up with that. Northbound seems to be still open, but that's just something to keep in mind. Closer into town, we do have some delays along southbound 43 from Good Hope Road all the way down past Silver Spring. Northbound's a little bit tight north of Capitol. Westbound 94 is delayed from about 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And then we've got a vehicle accident on eastbound 94, just about at Calhoun. It's off on the right shoulder. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Warm and humid, a low of 72. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, very humid. Afternoon, scattered thunderstorms, possibly severe. A high of 86. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Crew Tuesdays are back on July 29th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in July 29th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check out your local listings to watch the game.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. This summer, I'm getting relief from the hot sun whenever I need it with my motorized retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. Sensors are also available that detect strong wind and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors all summer long. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
The open road is calling, and the ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, you could burn rubber on a custom Harley-Davidson in the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. Play with your rewards card all July for entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward play. Fire up your fantasy. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
College students, are you looking to make your campus living more comfortable, functional, and fashionable this year? Let IKEA help. From innovative storage solutions and furniture to maximize your space, to fashionable bedding and accessories to make it uniquely yours, IKEA is helping make college living truly inspired by you. And now, qualified college students can save even more with 15% off their IKEA purchase when they sign up for IKEA Family for free. Visit IKEA Oak Creek, IKEA Schaumburg, or check out the Ready for College section on IKEA.com/US to learn more.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. We are at the Bog in Stockville, and as we just learned in the commercial break, 30th birthday today of the Bog. Opened July 15th, 1995. Back again as our great host here in Saukville. A beautiful course, a beautiful
Designed
venue.
by who? It's an Arnold Palmer course.
It sure is. It's an Arnold Palmer course, and it opened 30 years ago today, to the date, July 15th, 1995. So happy birthday to our friends here at the Bog in Saukville. So, Kyle, you texted me a question this morning.
Did I?
You did. And it was a question that I've thought a lot about recently because I happened to be listening to a podcast last night with a similar question in relation to all 32 NFL teams. What question did you ask me?
I asked you, I said, how would you basically evaluate, the Green Bay Packers offseason? What would you think that was this offseason a win? Was it a loss? How would you look at this offseason for the Green Bay Packers?
I don't think it was a sexy offseason by any means, but it was a successful offseason, yes. I would say it was minorly successful. It wasn't super sexy. Outside of the first-round draft pick of Matthew Golden, that was sexy. Being in Green Bay, Mark Murphy putting on a show, a wide receiver in the first round since Javon Walker, for the first time since Javon Walker for Green Bay. That was the sexy part of the offseason, but the free agency part wasn't, right? Aaron Banks, a left guard getting bonko dollars, is not a super sexy signing. Nate Hobbs, who will be a starting cornerback, we thought potentially could be a depth corner, looking like a starter and maybe even CB1.
He knew what he was doing when he signed Nate Hobbs.
Yep. Sounds like he could be a little diamond in the rough, a good deal.
If he stays healthy.
If he stays healthy, which he has not done the last few seasons. But nonetheless, it's a swing at a position of need for the Green Bay Packers. So, all in all, yeah, I'd call it a successful season. But I look around the NFC North, and I go, it might be the least successful offseason of the four teams in the NFC North. But the good news is, you're still one of the best teams in the NFC North.
Yeah,
you didn't need to do a whole lot of, upholstering or I don't even know if I use that word.
No,
right,
that's remodeling.
Nice, yeah, that's what I was. I was looking for remodeling.
Yeah, upholstery. Yeah,
upholstering. Apparently, that's in my vocabulary now.
Yeah.
The good news is you're already one of the best teams in the NFC and the NFC North. I just think the teams around you probably did more splash signings and big moves that make you go, ooh. Minnesota had a really good offseason. Ooh, Chicago, while they'll find a way to mess it up and fail in the regular season, they had a really good offseason. They brought in some really crucial pieces on the offensive line. They're eliminating excuses for their young quarterback. They draft another tight end in the first round. They made some sexy moves. Detroit, obviously, cream of the crop in the NFC. They're going to be healthy. They made some nice signings, including cornerback DJ Reed. They upgraded their defensive backfield a little bit. Mm-hmm. So all in all, the Packers probably had the least successful offseason of any team in the NFC North. The good news is they are still very much in the mix to win the NFC North because they were already a good team.
I give Goody a lot of flack for what he does not do. And sometimes in that, because of my emotions, wanted me to have the Green Bay Packers get reinforcements and solidify every single position group as possible to put them in the best position to win a championship. One thing I won't do is give him flack for his offseason. I think at the end of the day, yes, I wanted him to do more, but it doesn't take away from what he did. And what he did is arguably sign the best guard out there in the free agency, according to a lot of folks. They believe Aaron Banks was the best guard available. So what he was able to do was he was able to move Jenkins inside to center, allegedly, and then bring in Aaron Banks to give your quarterback Jordan Love more time to throw the football and give more holes for your running back and Josh Jacobs to be able to run through. So when I look at that, an offense that was already a top 10 offense in the NFL last year, they brought in a wide receiver in Matthew Golden. They brought in a better offensive lineman at guard than what you had at center, and now your guard is moving to center, who's going to be a better center than what you had in Josh Myers last year. Your football team improved. And then on top of that, though I don't believe it was a good move in the second round, you drafted more offensive line depth. So what the Green Bay Packers were able to do this offseason on the offensive side of the ball was to make your team better. And then I look on the defensive side of football. Yes, I'm not very happy about Jair Alexander leaving, nor am I excited about Nate Hobbs. But at the end of the day, Nate Hobbs is a guy who has been a proven starter in NFL. He's not a top number one corner, but he has been a solid starter in NFL. The Green Bay Packers, for me, when I look at this offseason, Goody did a very good job making this team better and putting him in a position to continue to compete. Did he make them into a championship team that we felt like was going to be a front runner? No. But he made them in a position where they got better offensively, they got better defensively, and they're still going to be able to compete this season. So, no, I am wholeheartedly against anybody that thinks this was a bad offseason. I think this was a good offseason for the Green Bay Packers. Not a great offseason, but I think it put the Packers in a position to have a chance, to have an opportunity to gel, come together, and make a run.
800-990-3776. That's the Carlos Talking text line. Your way into Kyle Brust and Nortman. Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe with you. Have the Packers had a successful offseason? According to one expert, Seth Walder of ESPN.com, he writes that the Packers get a C-plus grade this offseason.
I'm against it. We're better than a C-plus. I give it a B.
Let's go to the phones. Our friend from Thanalysis, the Thanalysis Show, TC, Tony Cartagena, joins us now. What's up, TC?
What up, fellas? I'm just curious. You guys were in that last segment talking how the Packers are, still cream of the crop and have a great position to win the NFC North and all this. The other teams might have had a better offseason. Where did the arrogance of going 1-5 in the NFC North last year? Like, the Packers needed to have a much better offseason than they did in order to probably finish, I don't know, maybe third in the NFC North this year. Like, we're talking like this team is the defending NFC champion, and they just, filled a couple holes. This team was 1-5 in the division last year, 1-5, and that includes 2 losses to the Vikings. Like, that's in what way is that, a team that's going to compete this year if they didn't have a better offseason than their opposition? I just don't get it.
I hear you on the 1-5, and obviously that's cause for concern, right? I mean, that's really bad, right? I mean,
not
Packers
great
historically, much better than 1-5 in the NFC North. Here's where I'm at, and maybe it's naive, maybe it's arrogance, whatever we want to call it as a Packers fan. I do believe there's some truth to the natural progression that comes with being the best team in the NFL. I just do believe that. And this is still a team that was 11 and what were they?
11-6
in the regular season. I'm still all thrown off by the math of 17 games. 11-6 in the regular season, 5 of those losses in the NFC North, and obviously week 1 to Philadelphia. So while they certainly did not compete well against the cream of the crop in the NFC, that of course being Detroit, Minnesota, Philadelphia, 0-2 to each of those teams, I think there's still natural progression that comes along with that. And when we're evaluating an offseason, I'm curious how much stock we're putting into the draft. Because Matthew Golden will be the Packers' #1 receiver, whether he's ready or not. And given what we've seen this offseason, and maybe it's Packer propaganda, good old-fashioned Packer propaganda, he looks like he is ready to compete and ready to contribute immediately, like a lot of rookie wide receivers have in past years. So all in all, I think year 2 under Jeff Hafley, natural progression, more comfortability defensively. Offensively, Jordan Love's going to be healthy, fingers crossed, this season. And this is just a team that's going to improve from being the youngest in the league.
Yeah, for me, when I look at it, and granted, you're absolutely right. The Packers were 1-5 in the division last year, but that's last season, right? Things change. They're year to year. I do think the Packers are going to progress this year. They competed with the Detroit Lions definitely in that second game where Jordan Love was more healthy in that game. Though they did not win the football game, they still competed. If the Packers finish 1-5 in the division this year and they go 0-4 against the Vikings and the Lions, then we have a bigger problem. But I don't foresee that happening whatsoever, or Matt LaFleur might be jobless.
I was just about to say the same thing. If we get to that point,
but can't you make the case that they got worse?
No, I don't think they got
worse. Can't you make the
worse.
case that they got worse defensively?
No, they don't.
Defensively. You get like
because
how are they going
because
to
of Jair
defend
Alexander
the wide
not being there
receivers in the NFC North? Yeah.
Well, you already in
like that makes
Jair
it
already was
massive
absent.
difference. If
He
you
was
can't
already
put pressure on the
absent for you.
quarterback.
Jair was
fair,
already
but
absent
if you
for
can't
you
put
most of
pressure on
those
the
games
quarterback,
anyways.
and you're depending on basically 2s and 3s to go out there and play like 1s and 2s, I just don't see in the weapons that the other teams in the division have, whether you like Caleb Williams or not, all of those offenses are loaded.
Yeah, they've got good skill position players. I hear you on that.
Listen, there's pause and pause for concern, but at the end of the day, I'm still rocking with the Packers and believe that the Green Bay Packers are going to be a better football team this year than they were last year because they should, technically, hypothetically, they should be taking some type of next step. Jordan Love should get a little bit better this year, right? We should see some development overall with this offense having a little bit more cohesion with Josh Jacobs in year number 2 and a healthy Jordan Love. So you should see some type of improvement from this offense defensively, right? Even though that we lost Jair Alexander, guys year 2 in the defense, you should see some guys pop a little bit more. So, yes, I really do think that there'll be a natural transition for the Packers who are going to be better next year.
Breaking news, and I quote, Kyle Wallace is still rocking with the Packers.
I thought you had real breaking news.
That's good breaking news. Week one, we all know Jordan Love's first touchdown. I'll be screaming Super Bowl. But I just think I'm much more concerned with the offseason and the team they're putting together on the field this year than I think you guys are. But Either way, great show. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, TC.
Thanks for the call. Yeah,
he's a pessimist.
Yes, by nature.
But you know,
especially with the sports teams.
Well, when your heart gets broken so often,
yes,
pessimism just creeps in all the time.
Again,
hey, Ben Brust.
Oh, wow, look who showed up. Look who showed up. He's finally here today. That's good. Ben Brust walking past us. Doesn't even offer to stop by his own show.
No, that's Ben Brust for you.
Yeah, no, shows how much he cares about you, KBN Nation. He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strofe, rocking with you from the Bog in Saukville. It's the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. I guess I'm curious if anybody else feels the same way TC does.
I mean, he's valid.
I hear his concern.
He's very valid in his concerns, and any Packers fans that have any doubt, you're valid in your concerns. But again, I still think this team has an upward trajectory, and despite the fact they went 1-5 in the division, and to me they went 0-6 against really good football teams last year, they still took care of business against above average, average, and below average football teams, which you have to give them credit for because they did not lose except for the Bears game. Every other game that year, which, they halfway put their effort into that one. Every other game that year, they took care of business. They did not lose a game this year outside of the Chicago Bears game, which has an asterisk for me, to a team that was lesser to them or their equal. And I have to give them credit for that because they were still one of the youngest teams in the NFL last year, and a team where their quarterback wasn't even healthy during that season.
Yeah, the one thing in the NFC North that I think is a ginormous question mark is the Minnesota Vikings because on paper they have a really good roster. They have a great head coach, the reigning coach of the year, in Kevin O'Connell, who is a quarterback whisperer. He's a former quarterback in the National Football League. So if he can elevate J.J. McCarthy to the level he had Sam Darnold cooking at last year, all of a sudden that's a team that's right back in the mix in the NFC North, which is why I find it fascinating because I was listening to Albert Breer, a longtime NFL writer, yesterday, and he was asked just generally of all 32 teams in the NFL, which does he think had the best offseason? Of course, he rattled off the New England Patriots, who had a really good offseason. But then he says the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bears. He mentioned all three of them without mentioning the fourth team in the NFC North, which tells you what, from a national perspective, the national pundits view the NFC North as. It's the best and most competitive division in football again this year. But when it comes to the Packers, of course I'm optimistic because, A, I think Jordan Love's going to be much better than he was last year. B, I think the comfortability in year two of this defense under Jeff Hafley is going to play a massive role. And C, and I mentioned this earlier, I think there's a natural progression that comes with being the youngest team in the league. That doesn't mean everybody's going to step up to the next level, but somebody on this team is going to evolve into that superstar level. Maybe Josh Jacobs being the only bona fide superstar right now, maybe Xavier McKinney as well, but can Edrin Cooper take that? I know we hate this
everybody loves Edrin Cooper.
Next step. Can Jordan Love evolve into a top 5, top 6 quarterback in the league this year? I think he has the tool set. Can he put the tools together on the field?
But the Packers haven't given you any reason not to be optimistic. When you think about this organization and where they were when Aaron Rodgers was making all this noise, going into darkness, taking ayahuasca little trips that he was having, everybody was wondering what Aaron Rodgers was going to do. And then when he arose from the darkness, he went on the Pat McAfee show and told everybody that he was going to continue to play football, and he intended to do it with the New York Jets, and that the Packers were going to work on making a trade. Now, when I think about all that, there were a lot of question marks of what the Green Bay Packers were going to be moving forward. And the only thing the Packers did moving forward was be 9-8, make the playoffs, win a playoff game, compete with the 49ers, and then back that season up with winning 11 games, yes, losing to some really good football teams, but still progressing as an organization. They have not given us a reason not to be optimistic that they cannot figure it out.
Yeah, the both comforting and endearing part of being a Packers fan, but also at times frustrating part of being a Packers fan is the lifelong stability. Right? They don't mortgage the future to take a big swing. That's why Trey Hendrickson isn't a Packer. That's why Max Crosby isn't a Packer. That's why Myles Garrett isn't a Packer. It's because they don't mortgage the future. They try to be consistent and stable and in the conversation every year. And certainly they will be again this year unless something goes completely awry. And that would be, knock on wood, right, an injury of some sort. What do you mean not to make a decision?
One day the Packers, in these next couple of years, especially now that Ed Policy is taking over, there's going to have to be a conversation about if the Packers don't win a Super Bowl in the next 2 seasons and they're knocking on the door, the Packers are going to have to make a move that gets them over the hump. They have to. Like, at a certain point, the Green Bay Packers are going to have to say, hey, we are going to have to sacrifice some picks in the future in order for us to win the championship, because we'll be pushing 20 years at that point since the last championship.
Durin in the 262 on the text line, 800-990-3776. Expecting that there will be a natural progression and get better is not a good good formula for a successful season. There's nothing on paper that makes this a reality. See, I disagree with that because
teams do that all the time. Look at the Detroit Lions.
I think
look at them.
But I think from the sample size you have, especially with the quarterback, you know he's capable of playing at a higher level. They have upgraded everything around him in the last 2 years since his first year as the starter. Yeah. They upgraded the running back. They've upgraded the wide receiver position. They've upgraded the tight end room. They've upgraded the offensive line. Therefore, you eliminate all excuses for Jordan Love to take another step back or be the same and not take a major step forward. If he doesn't take a step forward, that's a different conversation. Maybe Jordan Love isn't the guy we thought he was, but we're not there yet, right? You need this season to play out, and you need to see what he's capable of in year 3 as the starter in Green Bay with all of those pieces around him improved.
I'm very anti not believing in natural progression. A natural progression doesn't always result in a championship, but you see teams build themselves up. You've seen the Philadelphia Eagles build themselves up to finally winning a Super Bowl. You saw the San Francisco 49ers work themselves into being a champion. You saw the LA Rams find themselves to work themselves up to being a champion. Even the Cincinnati Bengals, who didn't make the playoffs last year, you saw them take steps. That's what this is about. It is about taking steps in the right direction. Our very own Brad Nortman, who played in Super Bowl 50 with the Carolina Panthers, his team worked itself into that. That is what the Green Bay Packers are doing. No, it does not guarantee that you are going to a Super Bowl or win a championship, but most teams have that window of progressing, trying to break through. You saw with the Atlanta Falcons before where they had to finally break through. That's just what football is all about, is building yourself up and trying to take as many cracks as possible in the window of opportunity that you have.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strobe. I'm enjoying this conversation so much. We're going to continue it coming up next. But first, got to tell you about our friends at Carbliss. Get ready to say goodbye to bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbliss is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people, a husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can, locally made, blissfully better. Carbliss offers a bold, true cocktail flavor made for baseball goers, available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango, bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field. Carbliss, full flavor, no sugar, no carbs, just game day bliss. We'll continue to talk Packers offseason, just 8 days away from the start of training camp in Green Bay. That's coming up next, live from the Bog in Saukville in the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
I said, baby, we got to do more sucking. And so I called the company. I said, listen, y'all put this thing in here. Y'all need to come on.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 57 in Ozaukee County is closed right now between Belgium-Kohler Road and Fredonia Avenue because of a fire. So just be extra careful if you're going to be heading through that area. Otherwise, on eastbound 94, we do have a crash right about at Calhoun off on the right shoulder, and southbound 41. Heavy ride there from Good Hope Road down to Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by the Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live. Live music with Bella Kane starts this Wednesday at 7. Wednesday Night Live at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, warm and humid, a low of 72. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, very humid. Afternoon scattered thunderstorms, some may be severe with a high of 86. Lake Lawn Resort offers everything you need, from lakeside rooms to gourmet dining and a luxurious spa. Relax, recharge, and enjoy the best of Delavan. Book your stay now at lakelawnresort.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Choose from payments as low as $99 a month or 12 months with no payments and no interest, plus a free in-home window and energy assessment. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Get ready for Germanfest, carnival style. Sink your teeth into Spanferkel, cheer on the tiny racers at the Dachshund Derby, and dance the night away with Vox Club, Juhe aus Tirol, and top bands from around the country. Don't miss the colorful parade, and on Saturday night, wear your best costume for the masquerade ball at the Miller Stage. Eat, drink, schunkel, and make it your tradition at Germanfest. For more information and online tickets, visit germanfest.com.
Erica, it's good to see you.
How are things at our amazing Germantown location?
Absolutely fantastic. We heard you had a bold idea. What is it?
We're celebrating our 45th year in business, so I think we should give away some natural diamonds. Wow, that is a bold idea. How many and how big? 3/4 of a carat. 9 natural diamonds, each one clarity enhanced for maximum brilliance. 1 diamond for each store.
How should we mount them, Erica?
We'll give them away as diamond pendants.
So each of the 9 Kessler stores will have their own diamond pendant to give away?
Yeah, and all a person will have to do is to walk into a store and register to win. Can a person travel to all 9 stores and register at each one? Yeah, why not? And people will have from now until July 28th to register.
I'm in.
Me too.
It's unanimous, and people should bring in all their old jewelry so that we can professionally clean it for them for free.
That makes so much difference.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Join the Brewers as they celebrate 25 seasons of American Family Field at the game against the Marlins on Friday, July 25th. Be here for the return of Brewers legends like Ryan Braun and Prince Fielder as they'll battle former Brewers in a post-game home run derby. Plus, take advantage of special anniversary promotions like discounted draft beers and brats and 25% off at the Brewers team store. All activities featuring alumni will be free for fans in attendance. Get your seats at brewers.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman continues live from the bog in Saukville, the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. I'm Alex Stroff alongside Kyle Wallace. You okay?
Yeah, we thought the carts were dead, but they're not.
No, I think they were off the path and they automatically shut down.
Oh.
So we saw men pushing carts, and now they're going back to where they just shut down, which seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Yeah, it just shut down again. It's just shut down
Don't
again.
go off the beaten path.
Don't go off the beaten path. Indeed.
Golf carts are so fun. That's one thing. If I ever move down to Florida, go to a retirement home, I'm going to have a golf cart.
Okay.
For sure.
Thanks for letting me know.
You wouldn't get one?
You're going to go to a retirement home in Florida?
No, I mean.
But you won't tell me where you're going on vacation.
No, I'm talking about when I retire, I'll have a house down in Florida potentially. Actually, no. Florida's hot.
Oh, Florida's hot.
And they got crazy folks down there.
Yeah, Florida man.
Hopefully, maybe 30 years from now, Florida men will be non-existent.
No, you're going to become Florida man.
Nah, not me. I'm saying.
The Brewers All-Stars have shown up to the red carpet in Atlanta ahead of the 2025 MLB All-Star game.
Is that Freddie
Peralta rocking all-white suit with a black belt.
That's a fly guy right
there.
Looks
good. Trevor McGill paying homage to Bob Uecker inside his suit. It says just a bit outside, and Bob Uecker's signature on some plaid print on the inside of his coat. And Jacob Miserowski. That man is ginormous.
He's 6'7".
Yeah, his girlfriend must be tall.
Trevor McGill's tall, too.
Yeah, he is.
6'8".
Because when they all took a picture together earlier this week, Freddie looked tiny.
Yeah, I mean, well, Freddie is only like 6 feet tall.
Only. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
I don't think you're allowed to call somebody that's 6 feet tall only 6 feet tall.
When you play professional sports where everybody's pretty large, 6'2", 6'3", yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Kyle and I are discussing the Packers offseason. Was it a successful offseason? Are you nervous about the NFC North? As the Bears, Vikings, and Lions undeniably all upgraded this offseason, in some capacity, right? Whether that's the offensive line for the Bears, the defensive moves that both the Vikings and the Lions made. They made some sexier splashes. Speaking of splashes, what a noise
wow,
that water that was.
That water was flying in my mouth. I heard that one.
I don't know if I'd call that a sexy splash, much like some of those other teams in the NFC North, but it was certainly a
that
splash.
Was interesting.
Lance chimes in on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube chat. Good to see my buddy Lance. I played basketball with him growing up.
Oh, wow.
If you ever need proof that I actually played basketball, Lance.
Lance, tell me how, on a scale of 1 to 10, How bad was Strofe? 10 as in terrible, 1 as in good.
Okay. Lance says, Vikings are hoping for progression from J.J. McCarthy. Does it not apply to them? Same with the Bears and Caleb Williams.
That's very true.
So here's what I mean when I say that about the Packers, because I don't necessarily mean it about Jordan Love. While I do expect him to be better than he was last year, I don't think he's the one you're going to see a giant progression from. I think it's going to be a majority of the defense. Now, obviously, the cornerback room is a little interesting, but it's year 2 in the Jeff Hafley system.
Mm-hmm.
They have a new defensive line coach that was brought in, very highly touted,
but
to unlock
he
those
was
guys.
available.
He was available because he got fired because the Patriots tore apart their staff. He was the defensive coordinator in New England.
Exactly.
He took a defensive line job.
I'm just saying.
Which he's been much more successful at than defensive coordinator. So DeMarcus Covington, the new defensive line coach for the Green Bay Packers, I view him as an upgrade at that coaching position, but also a guy that knows how to unlock defensive linemen. So while Rashawn Gary, and we'll get to him in a moment, coming up in the next segment, while he may not be as bad as we thought last year, he just didn't have the sack numbers to show for his salary.
He was good at stopping the run.
The whole line was. It was a massive upgrade under Joe Barry.
Massive is an understatement. He's had 4 guys run for 200. We thought that was normal.
I also view it from the wide receiver room, and not necessarily because it's another year. I'm not trying to preach the same thing we did last year with the wide receiver room. It's more so you add a guy who I believe the Packers are viewing as a bona fide number 1 in Matthew Golden into that lineup. I think it allows those other guys to do things they do best. Dontavian Wicks in the route running, and some of the Jaden Reed things that he does around that offense, right? Whether it's out of the backfield, whether it's in motion, whether it's out of the slot. I think those guys are going to get unlocked to another level offensively. Both tight ends are healthy together to start the season for the first time in their career, Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft. So I sure, is natural progression something every team assumes? Yes, I think so. But I think the Packers, being the youngest team in the league, and having another year with that defensive coordinator, and having another year with some more pieces around them offensively, I think just allows for more production naturally.
But the Green Bay Packers, they were more productive year 2 in this team with Jordan Love as a starter than what they were year 1. That's
they won more games.
They won more games. They're a more consistent football team. Now, granted, again, they weren't everything we wanted them to be, but I keep preaching, look at the schedule, rewatch the games all you want. Homer done stopped now. Homer done froze.
Homer's golf cart is going to shut down on him at any moment, as we just saw 4 other fellas at the beginning of the segment it happened to. Now he's going in reverse.
Yeah, Homer acts like he's not old.
What do you mean?
He does, look, this isn't. You shouldn't do. That's dangerous reversing like that. He's reversing in his golf cart backwards down a hill.
He's going to run right into a curb.
I don't understand why he decided to do it that
Homer
way.
curb. Homer curb. Okay, he's good. He gave me a thumbs up.
Sounds good. That's fantastic.
Very close to smoking that curb.
But getting back to what I'm saying is that I don't understand why we don't give the Green Bay Packers more credit for the successes that they did find last year. The Packers have not given you any doubt about progress because what you saw last year was progress. Yes, Jordan Love was inconsistent, but the running game was pretty consistent. I thought it was phenomenal last season. The defense, though they did not get to the quarterback consistently, they got to the quarterback enough to be top 10 in sacks last year. And so we can look at all the negatives and try to paint this team in that, but at the end of the day, this team won 11 football games. This team made the playoffs again in back-to-back years, and this team returns the bulk of the roster next year. I just don't understand why we wouldn't have any optimism for the 2026 season. Do we really think the Green Bay Packers won't be beating the Vikings or the Lions again this year?
Kyle sat down. You don't need to move the camera now.
Sometimes I got to stand up to move.
Yeah, get the blood flowing a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, this will get your blood flowing. Paul in Milwaukee says this: I have not tuned in for 3 weeks, hoping Kyle would change, but he is still talking in shoulds and coulds and woulds.
Paul, what? So wait, Paul, what do you? So what? Paul, what should I do? What should I do, Paul? I mean, because I'll tell you what we can say. We can say this. Though we may be disappointed in Rashawn Gary was just named by his co-workers, but colleagues in the NFL, other players, as being a top 100 player. What I do know is that the Green Bay Packers, what they did last year, they did get after the quarterback. Not consistently, but you know what they showed me? Is that they can get after the quarterback. That's exactly what they did. What Jordan Love has shown me as well, that's why Jordan Love is considered one of the top young quarterbacks in the NFL, is that he's a good quarterback. And what they did show me, they can win football games. So forget the could, forget the should. forget the wood. I'm going to tell you what they've done. They've won football games, they've won playoff games, and they have shown you how consistent they have been over the last decade. The only thing they have not proven to you is that they can win a Super Bowl. But other than that, the Green Bay Packers are a very good team, and that's based off history and track record.
It's based on history and track record. We will put a bow on this conversation.
Welcome back, Paul. We missed you.
Yeah, welcome back, Paul. You were missed.
Don't go 3 weeks anymore, man.
We will wrap up this conversation coming up next as we wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open at the Bog in Saukville. The 30th birthday of the Bog in Saukville
Hey,
today.
the big 3-0, baby.
Opened on July 15th, 1995.
This is their party today. Oh, there goes Bradley Nortman.
Oh, Brad Nortman finally shows up. Good of him to show his face around here. I wonder how he golfed today. We'll find out in the commercial break. We'll wrap up this Packers conversation coming up next. It's KBN live from the Bog in Saukville on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Is one of the things that your girlfriend gets upset with is you interrupting her like this?
Probably. I just complimented you. What the hell?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
But they didn't go anywhere. And when they don't go anywhere, it opens up the possibility that they could be back.
On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Forget average. At Exterior Pros, they bring the heat. They're not here to meet standards. They're here to smash them. From the first swing of the hammer to the final reveal, they're leveling up your home with every window, every shingle, and every single detail. This isn't just a remodel. It's a glow-up for your house. Built tough, built beautiful, built to turn heads. Want in? Let's go. Lock in your project now and save $3,000. Exterior Pros, where bold meets built. Trust the pros and visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Windows, windows, windows. You hear all about everyone's windows and how theirs are the greatest. I'll tell you, our windows are the best as well. Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and I'm right there with you. We've taken the most trusted brand in windows, Pella, and paired them with such an outstanding business that we will deliver results to you at your home. Siding Unlimited has won Pella's prestigious 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award. Siding Unlimited is the company to install your new windows.
Bella Kane takes the stage this Wednesday at the Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live. Gates open Wednesday at 6. Bella Kane starts at 7. Epic bands, unforgettable nights. It's Wednesday Night Live at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris discuss the latest Bucks free agency moves and summer league analysis. Find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the Earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Against Saukville, easy for me to say, the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. I don't know, Brad Nortman shows up, I get all nervous. Kyle Wallace, Alex Stroke with you. We're not allowing Brad Nortman on the air because he was out with the carbless
you know what that
ladies
means.
today. He's had a few today, is my understanding.
He
Which
has
good for
had
him. He's earned it. He's a hard worker.
He is a hard worker. He was working. Unlike Ben. Ben was just roaming around. Ben's roaming around inside. He probably got some food in his face.
Yeah, true. Ben out there kissing butt somewhere.
Yeah.
But, we'll survive. We'll survive.
You know he licked his shoe last week?
What do you mean he licked his shoe?
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Something wrong.
What happens when I leave?
People have problems and issues.
So
that's what happened.
Ben Brust licked his own shoe.
Yeah, he licked the bottom of it.
Why?
Because
Did he lose a bet or something?
No. Yeah, you would think. No, he just chose to.
He realizes how unsanitary that is, yes?
Yeah, I think he did after. Then he got all sick.
What do you mean he got all sick?
He mentally got sick in his head because I told him, like, hey, 93% of the bottom of shoes test positive for fecal matter. So then he started sweating and he had stomach ache and he was all messed up after that.
What day was that on?
Thursday, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there was no impetus as to why he did that.
He had his feet on somebody else's desk when they were gone, and I told him that's pretty rude to do. And he said, oh, it's just a shoe. It's no big deal. I said, so no big deal. Just lick your shoe. He said, I will. I said, no, you won't. He said, I will. I said, well, lick the heel. He said, I will. And he licked the bottom on stream and proceeded to panic.
Did I miss anything else?
Brad went to Le Mas class.
What's Le Mas? Is that the birthing class?
The birthing class.
I heard a little bit of that.
And he watched.
He watched game film.
Yeah, he watched game film of women giving birth, which is odd.
And also Ben's successful birthday party as well he put on for his
Yeah, I heard about that. That didn't need to be on the radio. Congratulations, you cooked hibachi for your fiance.
Yeah,
I don't need to hear about that.
Yeah, it was
the birthing class. On the other hand, I need to hear about that because that's something.
It was a success, but also it's like his fiance loves him. Like Ben can do no wrong.
Correct.
I love Ben, and she does too. And
she loves him. She loves him more than you do.
He legitimately could do no wrong in her eyes. So he was always going to win.
What about you? Any highlights for you while I was gone?
Oh no, I was pretty low lights for me, man. I think I cruised through it, man. I didn't have anything going on.
That's not a good thing to tell your producer, just so you know. I cruised.
You said who? Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. I had plans that were canceled, so we'll talk about
who canceled them. You?
No, I don't cancel. If I say I'm going to do it, I always follow through.
Okay.
There was something that Kyle's not telling you about. His cousin needed $10 for a backpack, and Kyle didn't want to give up the $10, so Brad and Ben said they were both chip in for the $10.
Allegedly.
So Brad and Ben paid for your cousin's backpack?
No, they still have not. Actually, I'm going to see that cousin today. She's going to ask about that money. So
here. I think I have a 10 somewhere. Here, take a 20. You got change? Take it.
What?
I'll Venmo Strofe 10. There's my 10.
Upgrade the backpack. Make it a little bit nicer than $10. $10 for a backpack.
Well, that's not the full story. Hey, David Gruber. David Gruber knows. Huh? You know what?
So, hold on. What? This backpack is $10?
No, the backpack is $50, and she asked me for money.
Okay.
And I told her she needs to get a job.
Get her 20 for me, and say Uncle Strope's got her.
She only needed 10, fellas.
Get a nicer backpack. Uncle Strope's got her. I come back from Vegas. Clearly, I did okay if I'm giving him $20.
You did do okay,
yeah, clearly,
that's
I
why
survived.
the poor stay poor because of this.
Yeah, that's also true.
Let this be a life lesson.
That's true.
You only needed 10. He gives you 20.
I'll take it back if you want.
No give backs, man.
Jim, Matt, and Molly coming up next in Madison. The Damn Sports Show coming up next in Beaver Dam with Corey and Wally.
She may be listening now.
Kyle and I continue in 2 minutes on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel. I'll take that back. I think I just made $10 off Ben Brust. We'll all find out together. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with me and Kyle and Brad and Ben awkwardly watching. Continues next on ESPN Milwaukee.
Perfect blend. KBN's the show that never ends.
We still got those delays along eastbound 94. There's that crash that happened right at Calhoun. Off on the right shoulder, they went into the end of the guardrail there. So we've got big delays stretching all the way back to almost Highway 16. Southbound 41, heavy from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol. Northbound slowing from just before Mayfair Road up to Hampton. And southbound 43 is going to be slow basically from Good Hope Road down past Silver Spring and then from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, warm and humid, a low of 72. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, very humid. Afternoon scattered thunderstorms, some may be severe, a high of 86. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The open road is calling, and the ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, you could burn rubber on a custom Harley-Davidson in the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. Play with your rewards card all July for entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward play. Fire up your fantasy. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
You love her twice as much today as the day you married her, right?
Welcome to Kessler's.
At Gruber Law Offices, our biggest priority is the care and service we provide to our clients. We know accidents can be overwhelming, and we're here to help every step of the way. Call now. One call, that's all.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN.
The 414 Hour indeed live from the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open at the Bog in Saukville on the 30th birthday of the Bog in Saukville, July 15th, 1995. Their first day of business. The Arnold Palmer course celebrates year 30 by welcoming back the ESPN Milwaukee Open. He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strofe hanging out with you on this beautiful Tuesday for golf.
Yeah, it is.
The golf getting done here at the Bog, so everybody coming to party around us.
Yeah, that's true. It is true. People are starting to turn up, playing little bags by us, golf carts coming by.
Drinks are flowing.
Yeah, they are flowing. I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous.
You know, Scalzo and Brust was a wildly popular radio show.
It was.
Afternoon drive for years. Still a lot of whiskey left over from their batch.
How many bottles did they produce? It sounds like quite the investment.
They must have made 100,000 bottles because there's like 1,000 inside.
Yeah. Have we been promoting that they have it?
I didn't realize it was still on shelves.
I didn't realize it was still on shelves.
Scalzo and Brust hasn't been a radio show for 2 years.
Go buy it.
But there's still Scalzo and Brust whiskey.
Please
so I don't
go
know.
buy it. Please go buy it so it can sell out and get off the shelves.
I wonder if they've pulled it at this point and then they just break it out on special occasions.
Yeah.
I don't know what the story is.
Weddings might be sponsored by Scalzo and Brust bottles if we don't sell it in sooner. They should have did like a tequila.
Oh, you're a tequila guy?
Oof,
me too.
Boy, I love me some tequila now. Tequila runs in my family. We all love it.
Did you pick up your bottle of tequila? We were at a tequila event together a couple months ago. Did you pick up your bottle yet?
Something happened.
What do you mean?
Long story short, they didn't charge my card, and I never got back in contact with them. And I told them, like, hey, I didn't charge my card. So
you don't get a bottle?
I do not. So
I'll be happy to share mine with you.
No, it's all good. I'll work that out.
Well, I'm just saying we'd have to sit down and drink tequila together one night if you're interested.
Oh, that's too much. Just asking too much. I don't like you like that.
You waver a lot.
No, I like you, but I don't like you like that.
I'm your favorite of the KBN crew, though.
I love you all equally.
You've always told me your favorite.
On air?
Yes, on air.
That's debatable.
But off air you have.
I told everybody off air how much they're my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't hang out with them.
I know which Green Bay Packer is not your favorite, given his lack of quarterback pressures in 2024.
I love all my Green Bay Packers.
The NFL releasing their annual top 100 players of 2025 list, slowly but surely. We are through the first 23, number 77, the last number released. That was T. Higgins, the wide receiver of the Cincinnati Bengals. One Green Bay Packer has made the list so far. Any guesses?
Well, we talked about it yesterday, so I do know.
Okay, it is Rashawn Gary at number 80. I don't know the order in which they are releasing these.
I think they do it by 10s. It goes 90 to 100,
yeah, but
80
we're only through 77.
Yeah, because now it's now.
When does 76 come out?
Did this get released today?
I think it got released today, yeah.
Oh, I'm assuming maybe it's 75 through 79.
Okay. I don't understand how this works. Regardless, Rashawn Gary, number 80 on the NFL.com list, in the NFL list, which is voted on by the players. The players fill out a top 20 form. A bunch of them do in a survey, and ultimately that gets added together.
Somebody put Rashawn Gary in their top 20 as players?
That's correct. And I think typically you're not supposed to put your teammates.
That's not what happened in this case.
Well, Rashawn Gary was number 50 on the list last year.
Yeah, he had a good season, or
he dropped,
decent season.
He dropped 30 spots to number 80 this year.
Which he should have.
Which, good for him. Maybe we undervalue him, given that his lack of sack production.
No.
But you said he was very good in the run game.
Yeah.
9 tackles for loss. He had 15 quarterback hits and 7.5 sacks last year.
And according to ESPN analytics here, Gary ranked first among all edge rushers in run-stop win rate after producing 63 wins on 170 plays in 2024. Shout out to the Packers Wire.
So maybe we're a little bit too hard on Rashawn Gary, but he's making that price tag. He should have double-digit sacks. I think we would all agree on that.
Yeah, he should have, if not double-digit. I'm expecting this guy to be, wrecking stuff. And I just far too often, I don't believe he's wrecking stuff. He didn't have enough pressures. He was down in pressures last year. He didn't win a lot on rush rates. He had not a high pass rush win rate. And so for me overall, for how much he gets paid and what the expectations are, he hasn't met expectations, right? And so that's why we're so critical on him, is because he needs to do more. Like, yeah, you can be great at stopping the run, fantastic, but what you get paid for, you don't get paid really to stop the run, buddy. You get paid to rush the quarterback. And you have not excelled at that. And unfortunately, that led to the Green Bay Packers having an inconsistent pass rush in moments in games that you really needed them most. The games that you talk about, the Green Bay Packers went 0-6 when it comes to the Eagles, the Vikings, and the Lions, 3 teams that are better than him, better than this team. He didn't show up. He didn't stand out. You need your best players to show up in the biggest spots. And what the Green Bay Packers don't have on the defensive line is somebody stepping up when they need them most. And that guy for that defense is supposed to be Rashawn Gary on the defensive line. There's one guy that showed up consistently for the Green Bay Packers, and that was Xavier McKinney. That's the only one. Everybody else,
by the way, not a defensive lineman.
Yeah, it's safety. And you need somebody. Having somebody in the front seven that steps up is crucial. It's critical because they're in the mix of things every single play. Whether it's a run play, whether it's rushing the passer, they have much more of an impact on the game. Yes, a safety in a corner can make a play to change the momentum in the sense of getting the interception, but they're not playing in the box consistently. So the Green Bay Packers need to have a guy in the box that can be a disruptor. And unfortunately right now, time is running out for Rashawn Gary and us having hope. And the page is turning to now the guy that everybody's expecting to step up for this defense in the front seven is who? Edgerrin Cooper. Somebody only played, 8-9 games last year? And so it shouldn't be like that, but Edgerrin Cooper has showed so much more potential and so much more flash than what Rashawn Gary has for us this year. Now, if Rashawn Gary can find a way in year 2 to bounce back and start, getting more pressures and consistently getting after the quarterback, then that could make a whale of a difference for how far this team goes in the playoffs. But it's a big year for Kenny Clark and a big year for Rashawn Gary as well.
Yeah, and Kenny Clark outlined on an ESPN.com article talking about guys at different position groups that need a bounce-back year in 2025. Clark, one of the defensive tackles, mentioned on that list.
Doable. Very doable.
I want to go back to this top 100 list because something else caught my eye regarding the Green Bay Packers, and that is the fact through the first 23 or 24, whatever that math is, we are through 100 through 77 as we count down to number 1, which will likely be Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, etc. at the top of this list. 2 quarterbacks have been released so far. And they're 2 quarterbacks that Jordan Love often gets compared to. Tua Tagovailoa, who of course was in the same draft class as him, and Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys. Tua, number 91, Dak Prescott, number 78. Now, those are guys that both dealt with injuries last year. I would guess we are seeing Jordan Love's name soon, if not at all.
Yeah, you're going to see Jordan Love's name. Based off the names that you have, if Tua's on that list and Dak is on that list. And
then Jordan Love's on that list.
Then Jordan Love is 100% on that list.
What other names can you confidently say entering the season he is above? Like C.J. Stroud, for example.
He should be above C.J. Stroud in my book. I do believe he'll probably be above. Jaden Daniels did fantastic.
He won't be above Jaden Daniels.
And what he did in the playoffs, Jaden Daniels might end up being above him, but that's the guy. That's the guy that should be up there. What
about Justin Herbert?
I can. It'd be tough. Justin's really great. I can see him being above Matt Stafford potentially. I feel like Matt Stafford might be taking it. You think he won't take it down?
No, because of the Super Bowl win. Players respect him too much. This is a players list to keep him up.
Okay, so they still do. So, I mean, then there's not too many quarterbacks that he'll be above. Maybe Baker Mayfield, even though Baker had a great year last year. Yeah. And so, I mean, there's not too many quarterbacks that he's going to be above.
But if definite quarterbacks above him, let's just start throwing them out. Jared Goff?
Jared Goff will be above him.
And obviously,
Patrick Mahomes,
Burrow,
Lamar Jackson, Burrow, Josh Allen. I believe Justin Herbert should be above him. Jalen Hurts would be above him as well. Like, these are all the guys that are above him. There was a top 10 list of quarterbacks that we took a look at recently, and I would say most of those guys on the list, I'm okay with them being above Jordan. I think Jordan will end this season higher. But at the end of the day, there's going to be some guys above Jordan based off past performance.
Yeah, and that's the part where I'm getting hung up, because if there's going to be that many quarterbacks on the list, which typically there's about 12, he's coming soon. He's going to be somewhere in that 70 to 60 range at most, probably.
Yeah, I would see him
which
being
is a
top
little
60.
concerning, no?
Nah, I mean, but you have
would
to
prefer your quarterback as a top 50 player in the league.
He was 30. He's 34 last year. He'll probably be.
He's going to take a backslide.
He'll be 50 to 60 this year, and I'm not mad about that. Only simply because of the fact that, listen, there's no way we can spin this. Jordan Love played okay last year, but he didn't play at an elite level consistently. But a lot of that can be attributed to the fact that Jordan Love was injured. So unless the players are thinking about the fact that, they're taking into the, factoring in that he was injured last year, then okay, maybe he might be a little bit higher. But the fact that Jordan Love was injured last year, he did not perform up to the expectations that we all had of him, and I think most people in the league had of him. He should fall. He should slip. But this is a year-to-year list. If Jordan Love, again, bounces back and has another great season this year, he'll shoot right up that list. He can shoot into the top 15. That's how good he is.
I agree, and I think he can be that good. I wouldn't say that's how good he is. I think that's how good he can be, for sure. I agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. But a lot is remain to be seen with Jordan Love. He needs a big bounce-back year in 2025, and I think he will bounce back. I think this team will be better. I think they'll be more consistent. And to be real honest with you, I think they're going to win the NFC North this year.
So that's where I
think 12 games is going to be good enough to win this division.
And that's what – the reason why we say that and the reason why you believe that is you don't believe that the Detroit Lions will win 15 games this year. You think that they regress at some point, right?
I do. Given the coordinator turnover and a lot of their coaches leaving for other opportunities.
They could win less games in a regular season and still be a formidable opponent to make it to the Super Bowl.
They'll absolutely be a formidable team and a team that's in that conversation. I'm not disagreeing with that.
That's what it comes down to.
I think at least two teams in this division will be heavy in that conversation. I think you look at the NFC East and the NFC North and you go, well, there's four teams that can probably be legitimately in the Super Bowl.
And you're not including the Vikings simply because you don't know what they have at quarterback.
Yeah, that's the part that ties me up, and I could change my mind, right? Obviously, you can change your opinion as you get new information. But I'm not a J.J. McCarthy believer. I never have been. I am a Kevin O'Connell believer.
You're not a J.J. McCarthy believer because in college he won a national championship. I don't know. I'm lost.
Did the Michigan Wolverines win a national championship because of J.J. McCarthy?
They ran the football, but he was able to be a great game manager. We got a guy who's a Michigan fan, Chris, who's producing this show. And listen, I didn't think J.J. McCarthy was worth being the top 15 quarterback selected, but he was a top kid coming out of college. He's fast as well. Obviously, he was good enough to learn the offense under John Harbaugh. So, I mean, Jim Harbaugh. Under Jim Harbaugh, I mean, so obviously he has something there. And what the Vikings have done, the Vikings aren't idiots, right? Their GM has come in there and they've built a pretty good organization. I think that they saw something in him, the reason why they made him the number 12 overall pick a couple years ago.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strofe hanging out with you live from the Bog in Suckville for the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. Dave from Aaron on the text line. 800-990-3776. With all these national reports and lists coming out and having or missing Packers low on them, I hope this puts a chip on their shoulders and they prove everyone wrong. Bulletin board material is real. I just don't know if some of the stuff we're discussing even qualifies in that. You know what the bulletin material they're using is Caleb Williams, Cole Kmet writing F Green Bay on a helmet.
Yeah, when the game comes around. Going into this season, the only thing the Packers need to focus on, increasing, getting better, and beating good football teams. Like if the Packers slip up, and if the Packers go 11-6 this year, and they have 2 games where they slipped up, but they still beat some really good football teams, like they beat the Ravens, they beat the Lions, I'll be happy because that means they're more equipped to compete in the playoffs, and that's what matters to me.
Universal Windows Direct.
If you are like my boy Alex Strofe and love that jingle, I got something that you love more than the Universal Windows Direct jingle. The actual Universal Windows. I'm telling y'all this right now. When my boy Jamie Shea came to my house for my in-home consultation, me and my baby girl, we sat there, we learned about the windows, and we walked away saying we have no choice. We have to upgrade our new windows with Universal Windows Direct. And let me tell y'all, I am not joking when I say this. The temperature in our house is so consistent and so stable because of our new energy-efficient windows that we have from Universal Windows Direct, and it did not cost me an arm and a leg to upgrade my windows, and it won't cost you an arm or leg either because right now you choose your offer. Yep, you can pick the offer that works best for you. Listen up, KBN Nation. You can have payments as low as $99 per month, or you can have 12 months, no payment, and no interest. Seriously, upgrade your home now. Relax until next year with no payments for 12 months with no interest, or payments as low as $99. Plus, Universal Windows Direct will give you free in-home window and energy assessment. They'll show you exactly what your windows might be letting in, when they might be letting in heat, and where they're letting in heat, and why your bills are going high for energy, and how your new windows can help keep your money in your pocket. So if you're like me and you want to upgrade your windows, don't wait. Call them today at 414-410-2000. That's 414-410-2000, or go to universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my Universal Windows Direct.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strofe. Coming up next, we take another look at the MLB All-Star game coming up tonight. What's wrong?
Are we doing Wheel of Chris at all today?
We are going to do the Wheel of Chris at 4:30, yes.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then we will talk to our buddy John Anderson to wrap up the show at 4:45.
All right, sounds
that
good.
Sound good? That's a good roadmap for you?
I don't want to flip it.
You want to do Wheel of Chris next?
Yeah.
And then do All-Star game and then do John Anderson?
Yes.
Your wish is my command. We do the Wheel of Chris coming up next. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the Bog in Stockville.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm sorry that I don't want to touch Ben's Peter.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Milwaukee County is still dealing with this closure on Highway 57 southbound. It's closed because of a fire between Belgium Kohler Road and Fredonia Avenue. So keep that in mind if you're heading through that neck of the woods. We got southbound on 41 backed up from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down to about Burleigh. Northbound slowing down from Mayfair Road up to Hampton. We've got eastbound 94 still backed up with a crash. It is on the right shoulder at Calhoun. It is a vehicle of some sort that went into the end of a guardrail there. So big delays all the way back to Highway 164, all the way to Calhoun. Traffic is brought to you by the Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live. Live music with Bella Kane starts this Wednesday at 7. Wednesday Night Live at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park. A check of the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, warm and humid with the low of 72. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, very humid. Afternoon, scattered thunderstorms. Some of them may be severe. A high of 86. Weather is brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
Zach Tom is one of your core players. You identify a core player early, you sign them long-term, and you get them at a better rate.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
When you're forcing guys to consistently prove it, and there's no risk on the table for them, there becomes some semblance of resentment.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. When Tri-City National Bank decided to optimize their print output strategy, they needed a resource with the expertise to recommend a solution. CIO Robert Prang.
And James helped us with that analysis of what our print consumption was and what we were doing.
The outcome of the James Imaging Systems Managed Print Services recommendation?
We ended up reducing down to about 97 total printers and copiers from 197.
The impact on your print output?
We eliminated over 500,000 pages a month of output that we figured out we really didn't need.
Month after month, that adds up to savings and value.
Oh, tons of value. Those numbers add up even when it's only a penny or so per page.
Managed Print Services from James Imaging Systems. AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. To learn more, visit jamesimaging.com.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango. Bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
True Chicago-style pizza is thin, crispy, and cut into squares. And thanks to Connie's Frozen Pizza, you can enjoy a true slice of the city. You'll enjoy it so much you won't even mind where it comes from. Connie's Frozen Pizzas are made from the same cornmeal crust Connie's has been serving for over 60 years. They're perfectly cheesy, perfectly saucy, and they're exactly what you crave. Get to know the true Chicago style with Connie's Frozen Pizza. Born in Chicago, loved by cheeseheads. Available in a freezer aisle near you.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Dance the night away, live your life and stay young on the floor. Dance the night away.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman continues live from the Bog in Saukville. The 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. The golfing has come to a close, and the party has commenced behind us, Kyle.
Okay, so it has. So we talked about this last year. We got to make it happen. We have to have a KBN mini golf outing. We have to. We have to. We got to have a KBN mini golf outing where we compete against each other.
Okay. I'll win.
Oh, my gosh. Really, Stroh?
Yeah, it's mini golf. Mini golf does not take real
running.
skill.
You couldn't run.
What?
You could not run.
When are we running during mini golf?
You didn't have the ability to run and do the 3-cone drill, so I don't think you have the ability.
I had the ability to do it.
No,
I did it poorly.
No.
I did it.
No. You didn't do it.
No, I did it. I did it poorly,
I wouldn't call that doing it.
Well,
you
I did
did something, but that's not accurate.
Okay.
And so just because it's mini golf, stop saying that. You have to have the ability to hit the ball.
Mini golf is more luck than skill.
That's not true.
You have like barriers and bridges and windmills.
You do realize there's a lot of people that are really good at mini golf because they know how to golf and they know how to time.
I know how to golf.
Up. Okay. All right, go ahead, kid.
All right. Are we going to do teams or 1v1v1?
You got it. 1v1. I mean, it's just like it's 4 people golfing. Whoever has the lowest score wins.
All right, that'll be me. And then I think it'll be Ben, and then I think it'll be Brad, and then I think it'll be you.
Okay, that's fine. You can believe whatever you want to believe, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's free will, baby. It's a free country.
You are right. People tell me that all the time. When people make bad decisions, they say, hey, they got free will.
Free will. Free country. I get to say and do what I want. And what I please. And what I want to do and what will please me right now is the Wheel of Strofe / Wheel of Chris, run by Chris Larson back at the Gruber Law Offices. One call out.
Did you find the button, Chris? Because I know Strofe has that hot mess.
It is a hot mess.
Yeah,
that's on me, Chris.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Let's play the Wheel of Chris.
It's time for the
Wheel of Strofe.
All right, Chris, take it away. What do we got on the Wheel of Chris today?
Well, I'm not going to spin the wheel in a sense. I'm just going to go over the topics because the wheel's actually in the studio. So
that's fine.
So let's start off with ESPN putting out their list of top NFL players at each position going day by day. Today is they're doing off the ball best linebackers top 10. ranked by executives, coaches, and scouts. No Packers on this list in the top 10, nor in the others receiving votes / honorable mention category. They're also putting out a list, though, of top 10 players who have dropped out of these lists from last year, and there is one Packers player on that list of players who have dropped out from the rankings, and that is Kenny Clark at defensive tackle, who was number 9 in the 2024 preseason list. He's not ranked in this year's list. He started all 17 games for the Packers for the third straight season, but didn't have a very good statistical season per se after he announced earlier this year too that he played the entire 2024 season with a foot injury sustained in week 1.
Had a bunny.
Yeah. So do you guys still think he's a top 10 player in his position? Are you expecting a bounce back season from Kenny Clark after a not so healthy journey last year playing?
No, I fully expect Kenny Clark to have a bounce-back season. I think, again, it's very difficult to play through injury. He played all 17 games. You can't really push off that foot the way he wanted to. And so I definitely expect – I can't say Kenny's going to be the guy he was 2 years ago, but I do think he's much closer to the guy he was 2 years ago than what he played like last year, which would mean a world of difference for the Green Bay Packers to have Kenny Clark getting 5 to 7 sacks, to have Kenny Clark having more pressure, to have him being faster off the football. So overall, I do believe Kenny Clark is closer to top 10 than what he was this year.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that, Kyle. I think he's still capable of being disruptive and leading that defensive line in the interior. Is he in the top 10? Maybe, maybe not. He's probably right on the fringe. I'm surprised he didn't receive any votes on this list.
He wasn't great this year.
No, I mean, he dealt, as Chris alluded to, with that injury all year without really telling anybody.
He had to have surgery at the end of the season.
It makes sense as to why maybe he wasn't as productive as he has been in past years. He's still young, but I've said this a few times this offseason. If he doesn't have a bounce-back year, I do believe this will be his final year in Green Bay.
Yeah. I mean, it should be his final year. Boy, that's a bad contract. Rashawn and him could be gone if they have bad years. And Lucas will still be here.
Well, you better go make a move then, which the Packers have not done at that position group this offseason. Running it back players-wise, other than a few late-round draft picks, and bringing in a new coach, which they hope solves the issue.
Wheel of Stroke!
Chris!
All right, moving on here. After playing the last 7 years in Boston, Al Horford is moving on. The 40-year-old looking to head to a contender perhaps this offseason, or he could retire is also as an option for him as well. But if he does play, there's apparently 4 teams interested in him. One of those, the Golden State Warriors, who he was supposed to sign with last month, but that never happened. Another team is the Los Angeles Lakers. Another team is the Atlanta Hawks. And the 4th team is your Milwaukee Bucks. Apparently interested in him as well. What do you guys think? Would you be good with the Bucks signing Al Horford?
I don't want nobody that start with a 40 on the Milwaukee Bucks. A 4? Hell no. Keep him away. You need to take him to a retirement home.
Yeah, I feel similarly to Kyle when it comes to Al Horford. While the guy is still pretty solid and wouldn't be an awful depth piece.
Sends the wrong message. I'd rather play Tyler Smith.
I don't know that they're bringing in a guy, to your point, Kyle, with that number of the age. You know, like I like some of the moves they've made in the past couple of weeks. I don't know if I would be a huge fan on this one, but if it's for the right price and there's not a lot of minutes expected, sure, I'd be fine with him as a very, very deep in the depth chart depth piece.
Yeah, no.
He was kind of a Bucks killer for a while.
He was. No, he definitely was. It just sends the wrong message to Giannis, saying, "Hey, Giannis, we want to win a championship." Here's Al Horford 10 years too late.
Yeah, but again, I don't think he's playing a major role if they were to bring him.
So what's the point?
Depth pieces. In case Bobby Portis or Jericho Sims deal with an injury.
And he said he wants to play for a championship contender.
Yeah, I mean, the Bucks still fall into that.
You said what?
The Bucks still fall into that. They're certainly further down the list.
Okay.
You have Giannis. You always have a chance.
So you have Ting. Oh, that, sir, is the smartest thing you said today.
No, I got to be honest with you. My negative Nelly quesadilla line was the best thing I said today.
Oh, yeah, quesadilla giving you diarrhea.
Yeah, if you don't want to be excited about the Brewers in the regular season when they have the best record they have at the All-Star break in their franchise's history, don't get excited about a relationship because he might get heartbroken, and don't eat a quesadilla because he might get diarrhea. I thought that was my best line of the day.
It actually resonated with me because I'm lactose intolerant, but
are you?
Cheese. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been diagnosed, but, you know.
Milkshakes don't sit well?
I don't eat certain dairy products before the show or during the day because it can cause issues. TMI?
TMI. Yep, let's move on, Chris.
Wheel of Stroh.
All right, well, let's switch over to the gridiron for a guy who's a little bit younger than Al Horford and who is also looking for a new team this offseason. That's Von Miller. So after playing 15 seasons and winning 2 Super Bowls, he also could maybe retire, but apparently there's 3 teams that are interested in him as well. NFL analyst Brian Baldinger, who's close friends with Miller's agent, said those 3 teams, he's not going to give them the 3 teams. One of them was maybe Baltimore, he thought would be a good option, but he's not going to give out what the teams are that might try and pry Von Miller and bring him in. But would you be maybe thinking about the Packers maybe kicking the tires on Von Miller to help out their pass rush?
I kind of feel the same way I do about Al Horford. Like, it's not the sexiest move in the world. Von Miller can still be partially productive, but if he was to be brought into Green Bay, again, I think that would be more of a depth move than it would be a, hey, come in and start and be a game wrecker for us defensively. So, sure, I'm open to it. I don't necessarily want him taking snaps away from Kingsley Enagbare, but if he cuts down the load for Lucas Van Ness, if he gets off to a disappointing start again, I'd be open to it.
Oh, what the heck? I mean, the guy had 6 sacks last year.
Kyle
Would have made him one of the top pass rushers on the Green Bay Packers.
How old is he?
35. He's
36.
6 years too old. 6 years too old for Brian Gutekunst.
Yes, it is. Man, these bugs. They need to sign up these bugs for pass rushing. Because these mosquitoes got me swatting left and right.
All right. Well, there we go. That does it for the Wheel of Chris and the interest Wheel of Chris across a few different sports. Matt on the text line chimes in. So Kyle will tell us about his bowel movements, but not where he's going for vacation.
Ding, ding, ding. That's facts, man. I love you, Matt. More than happy to share. Tell Matt where I'm going. Off air.
No, I'm not going to tell him.
All right, cool.
You won't even tell me. Why would I
going
tell
to
him?
Mexico.
No, you told me that was a lie.
La 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 bamba.
You told me you lied to me.
Nah.
All right. Tell us about Citizens Bank.
Oh, yes. Now, let me tell you something about Citizens Bank right now. If you are looking for a home loan, Citizens Bank has you. If you're looking to open a checking account or a savings account, Citizens Bank has you. If you are looking to earn interest with a CD account, Citizens Bank has you. If you notice what the theme is Citizens Bank can be here for you for all different occasions. But this is what I love about them is that when they mean bank where you belong, they're not just talking about you being another bank account, you being another number, you just being a name. No, they are proud to have you as a customer at Citizens Bank, and that's exactly how they will treat you. So if you're looking for a new banking home, you're looking to open up a new account, look no further than my friends at Citizens Bank by visiting them at citizensbankwi.bank. That is citizensbankwi.bank, or you can stop by one of their many local branches that they have. Always visit them at citizensbankwi.bank. You won't be disappointed. And always remember, Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender. Visit citizensbankwi.bank today.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Stroh hanging out with you for another half an hour from the Bog in Saukville for the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. I'm done with the negative Nellies. Positive Patty Stroh coming up next as the Miz gets ready to pitch in his first All-Star game in just a couple of hours. And the Brewers, 16 games over 500, the hottest team in the National League. They've won 7 in a row entering the break. We do some Brewers positivity ahead of tonight's All-Star game. Coming up next, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Milwaukee.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
What's going on? Big, come on.
It's getting tough. It's getting slow.
Ben, don't be pathetic. Your father's with your baby. They're listening. You gotta be better.
But I'm giving it my all. I don't know what you're at either.
Stop humping the ground.
Yeah.
Get up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43, we've got the right lane blocked right about at the Marquette with a broken down vehicle. So heads up with that, slowing things down through that from basically Locust all the way down to the Marquette and even through the Marquette. We're seeing more delays all the way down to the KK River crossing. Northbound's backed out from Kilbourne all the way up towards Locust as well, and then back on the brakes north of Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94 still dealing with a crash at Calhoun off on the right shoulder. It's getting hooked up onto a tow truck. Should be out of there soon, but the delays are stretching all the way back to Highway 16. Traffic is brought to you by Comfort Awnings. Extend your outdoor space with a retractable awning or screen like I did with my friends at Comfort Awnings. Custom designed to fit your home. Get your free estimate at comfortawnings.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, warm and humid, a low of 72. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, very humid. Afternoon, scattered thunderstorms are possible. Some of them may be severe, a high of 86. Weather's brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Siding Unlimited is your local family-owned and operated resource for remodeling your home. We specialize in replacing windows, siding, roofing, doors, and decks. I say specialize because that is who we send to your home. Our team is built around the experts in all fields. Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit the 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Window Contractor of the Year winner at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Waukesha.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Harry Douglas.
Kirk Cousins in his last 5 games that he played of the 2024 season had 1 touchdown pass to 9 interceptions. See, Freddie, my father told me, never worry about the next man, even if they do draft someone at your position. But growing up, why are you worried about person B if you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing as person A?
Absolutely.
That's one of my issues. Okay, where your feelings hurt a little bit, it's okay, Kurt. But one of the things my receiver coach taught me when I got drafted, son, this league has no room for your feelings. No one cares. This is a business. So just because they drafted Michael Penix Jr., you could have kept Michael Penix Jr. on the bench if your play would have done so. But it did not.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Miss Polly side, come on over tonight. Told me you don't know your feelings, can we focus on mine?
Here we go from the Bog in Saukville, the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. Alex Strofe, Kyle Wallace hanging out with you until 5 o'clock tonight, leading into the Homer Hour with the Home Slice, who's very negative about the Brewers on social media the last couple of days.
That's okay. Homer has every right to have his wrong opinion. That's okay.
No, he can have his own opinion. I don't get negativity about the Brewers. He's yelling at me, but he doesn't have a microphone. I'll give you a microphone if you want one. I don't know where we have them, though. Kyle, give me your microphone. Let me argue with Homer. There's some right here. Okay, great.
There's heads right here.
So, Homer, jump on with me because I've been very positive. I'm very happy about the Jacob Miserowski news, given that he will pitch in the 7th inning tonight of the MLB All-Star game. And I see you tweeting about Churio again. People are getting you to tweet about Churio again. You're not backing off that. What's going on with you? What are we
There's nothing going on with it. He shouldn't be an all-star. It's a joke.
Why do you hate the young Brewers?
I'm not hating the Brewers. I don't have to lie about them. The issue with Cheerio is very simple. He has no ability to be a superstar if he doesn't draw more walks. One player in the history of baseball has done it, Roberto Clemente. Now, he can still be a very good player. He could still be an all-star. He cannot be a superstar until he draws more walks. Unless he wants to be. No. He was a superstar for 2 years. I told them back then, and people talked about it, they should trade him after a year. He will never equal those 2 years. He's been an average, slightly above average player other than last year since those 2 phenomenal years.
He's been good this year.
After in June.
Look up his numbers for those 2 years. Now
he's not nearly been that good.
No, he's not.
MVP caliber.
Right, what?
He was MVP?
Yes. And how many years ago was that?
That was a
long time ago.
Now, yeah.
So Cheerio's an incredibly young, outstanding player, but you can't draw that few walks and be a superstar. You can't.
Homer, you do realize he's one of 3
And so
players.
I can't say that because people don't want to talk about it. It's amazing they won't even address it.
But Homer,
now,
how
the
good
issue
he
about
is,
Miss,
man.
what?
How good he is. He's one of 3 players in Major League Baseball this year to have 15 home runs, 30 plus runs scored.
Right, and look at those players and where they are as a hitter. They're both way above him.
That's true.
Because he's horrific. Now, he's not horrific anymore. He's just bad at drawing walks. Now, you can do whatever he wants. He's going to be an outstanding player. Is he going to be a superstar? No.
Hold on. I want to get to the Miz thing because
yes,
you
that's
say
a joke.
You shouldn't be an all-star, which on paper
but
I
that's
agree
not
with you,
his fault.
It's not his fault.
Correct.
12 guys denied it.
No, it's not how it works. This is all also screwed up. All right, first of all, they pick players to be on the team, like Peralta.
Yep.
And then the Brewers and Peralta say, we don't give a damn. We're going to pitch on Sunday. So then he's not available, and they have to pick people to replace him. You make the team.
But McGill was picked.
Hold on. Yes, but others. And when they ask someone to replace an all-star, they say to the team, not the player, you have to be able to pitch an inning. If you won't pitch an inning, we don't want you.
Yeah, well,
there are 2 different situations of people not playing.
So that's not his fault.
What?
What are we mad at him for?
Well, no, but people need to know that he's not an all-star, should be an all-star. If they didn't have such a stupid – nobody wants to pitch. Now, the reason he's pitching is because the other people that they suggest filling in, like the kid from the Phillies, he's a starter. He didn't want to pitch. I think he actually wanted to pitch one inning.
He did.
Okay, and yet they never asked him. There were teammates on his team complaining, which is idiotic because they were not informed that the team turned down his ability to fill in because they wouldn't guarantee it 1 inning because they wanted him to pitch on Sunday. Now, the issue is then also, if you pitch on Sunday, could you not pitch 1 inning on Tuesday?
But you would agree that Jacob Miserowski pitching in the All-Star game is good for the All-Star game, yes?
Homer, are you going to watch the All-Star game tonight?
He's pitched 5 innings. 5 games.
Homer,
are you going to watch the All-Star game?
About the same as I have in the past.
So you're not going to be – so when Jacob Miserowski's there, you're not
– No, he's a Brewer, so I'll watch the Brewer players.
You don't think that more people want to see a guy who can throw 100
marginally. Again, that's
marginally.
So he throws 103.
I think you are undervaluing
other people pitch 99 or 100.
But he's a starter. Right now he is the story of Major League Baseball. I would say
it's fine. He's a story, even if he's not in an All-Star game.
More people have talked about him than Cal Raleigh right now. And Cal Raleigh right now is on a historic pace.
Well, that's the problem on the people. That's why we have a job to try to tell people who they should be talking about.
But that's the thing. Everybody's talking about Jacob Miserowski. You have to capitalize.
I don't believe everybody is.
Oh, across the country, people are talking about. If you go on Twitter X, you see Jacob Miserowski.
Now we start keeping track of Twitter X. That's good. That's
that's the conversation. That's the conversation.
People are not talking about him like they're talking about, like, for example, the kid with Pittsburgh. They're talking about the Brewers because the Brewers are amazing.
They're talking about him like Skeens.
When the Brewers played Paul Skeens, was Miserowski versus Paul Skeens.
Right.
That was ESPN, one of their first stories that they're talking about. Like, that was a big game, Homer.
Because of what?
Because it was Miserowski versus Skeens.
Yes,
if it was Miserowski versus Peralta, it wouldn't have had a sold-out crowd, and it wouldn't have been the talk
So the guy from Pittsburgh was a part of it. The problem he has, though he's a better pitcher than Miz, is his team stinks.
They're terrible.
Team stinks.
Terrible.
Right. So should he be an all-star? No. The fact that the baseball's all screwed up the way they do this, that he's an all-star, that's fine.
But you seem upset that he's an all-star.
No, he shouldn't be an all-star.
Yeah, but he is.
I'm upset that people won't even say that. People won't say it. Now they're starting to say it. Fine. He shouldn't be an all-star. He's in the game because the selection of the all-star is not screwed up.
I think it's good for the game. I do. Because we don't have, and I think you would agree with me on this, is the All-Star game no longer has the appeal it once had, right? When you were playing for home field advantage.
No, the home field advantage was the stupidest thing ever in sports.
It's stupid to have an All-Star game in the middle of the season where it means nothing. So players
they do it in all sports. Left and right. Well, they do it in all sports.
They do, but that's a fundamental issue.
No,
baseball was the one that had it right.
What?
Playing for home field.
No. That was the worst decision
Why
ever.
is that stupid?
Because a team should never benefit from something they didn't do. You earn home field advantage. It was the stupidest thing ever done in the world of sports when you credit a team a benefit for something they didn't do.
Homer,
all right, now because St. Louis is in the South, they get home field for the hell is that?
Is St. Louis the South?
I don't care what, but
Southwest,
they finally squared it away. The problem with the All-Star games is one thing. Players don't want to play.
They don't care.
It has nothing to do with fans. It has with players. Teams don't want players to play.
So how do you what's your solution then? How do you make the players care? Because I think the home field advantage had that.
The NBA has figured it out.
No,
U.S. versus the world, baby.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
That's the best you got.
Totally
do the same thing in baseball.
Well, hockey did it this past. Well, they did something different.
Do the same. You have to try to create something that interests the players.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So, but the problem is not the fans.
So USA versus the world. I think they do it.
I don't know what you can do in baseball.
The problem is there's enough players.
Are there enough American players?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you just Jacob Miserowski is an American player. Paul Skeens is an American player. Kyle Riley is an American player.
Three.
Pete Crow Armstrong is an American player.
I don't know. We'll see.
That could work in baseball and basketball.
So my discussion on these topics is not that. My discussion is that people refuse to talk about certain things, and it's wrong not to mention it. The Cheerio is fantastic, but this is a problem of significance that limits how great you can be. He may figure it out, but not address it.
So
he's done better the last couple of months. He was horrific. Now he's still way below last year, but you look at his on-base percentage.
I think you motivated him, and I'm not joking when I say
Good.
that.
I hope he did. But the one thing I want to emphasize, I don't have any worry about anything with the Brewers. They're a great organization. They have a great GM. They have a great manager.
Is this the best chance they've had in the last, since 2018?
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Because if Woody and Miz can pitch at this level,
and
they can win the World Series. Now what they have to do, and I'm sure they're doing this, I don't second anything the Brewers do something, I say, I agree with it. You haven't even checked. No, I just think they're that good.
Yep.
They probably have to wait to see that Woody and Miz continue to pitch this well, because adding a bat won't make any difference if they're not always. The only benefit they can have on the Dodgers, and this would still be tough because the kid they beat up last time is still very good, is to have these three incredible starters.
But the great thing about the three incredible starters, they also have some serviceable guys as well as part of the starting rotation.
Yeah, they got depth, but those people in a shorter series, they might not all start.
Right. Priester and Quintana are fine, right? They're great 4 and 5 options.
Yeah.
Those top three are unbelievable, but then you have the back end help as well.
Right,
The bullpen, right? Uribe and McGill,
you need that level of starting pitching because the Brewers can never put together a lineup as good as the Dodgers.
Starting to turn up around here.
But
Homer's turning up. The Bog is turning up.
It's been good energy. Homer, I'm sure you'll be talking more Brewers at 5 o'clock with John Anderson. No Brewers.
I'll be whatever John Anderson wants to talk about.
He'll want to talk about the Brewers.
What do you think he wants to talk?
You never know. He's got a little sugar, a little salt. He's a huge Brewers fan, so he'll talk about it. Yes, the number one thing everybody needs to know about the Brewers is they have a better chance now to win the World Series, potentially, than in any year. I don't know if somebody can find another year.
Okay. We can agree on that. We'll let Homer go. He'll be back with you at 5 o'clock. John Anderson.
I got prep I got to do. I can't.
Yeah, right. John Anderson joins us coming up next. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman live from the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the dread-headed brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on July 29th.
Cheerio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in July 29th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check out your local listings to watch the game.
Hi,
Mitzi. What's the news from Kessler's and Brookfield?
Everything's smooth like butter. We're all just marching to the beat of the big bass drum.
That sounds like fun.
Your email said you wanted to talk about 32 things. What are they?
The 32 things are rare and special engagement rings.
Tell me more.
Each one of these amazing rings is just waiting for someone to choose the center stone.
What about the side stones?
All the side stones are Kessler 81s.
81 windows exploding with light instead of just 57 windows that are modestly glowing like most other diamonds.
We have 16 rings in 18 karat gold and 16 rings in platinum.
All they need is a center diamond?
Yeah, and our prices on natural center diamonds and created center diamonds are incredibly low right now.
Each store has a beautiful assortment of these rings?
Yes, and they're priced from just $900 up to $3,900.
Good job. Keep marching to the beat of that big bass drum, Mitzi. I'm excited.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Workplace stress is now a leading cause of declining mental health, with 61% of the global workforce feeling it more than ever. You can't escape work, but you can take small steps to take care of yourself. A walk, some sun, a favorite song, and therapy. Ongoing support to build resilience for whatever your day throws at you. Balance is tough, but getting help shouldn't be. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
Buying a new roof might not be the most exciting thing you'll do this year, but for us at Big Fish Contracting, being chosen to do that roof for you not only provides income for multiple families in southeastern Wisconsin, but has a global reach and impact around the world. To us, it's more than just a roof. We've been earning trust for over 2 decades, roofing, siding, windows, and more. Go to bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
The open road is calling, and the ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, you could burn rubber on a custom Harley-Davidson in the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. Play with your rewards card all July for entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward play. Fire Up Your Fantasy, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Away we go, wrapping up Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open. He is Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Stroke with you for about another 10 minutes or so. And as always, we wrap up our Tuesday edition with our buddy, John Anderson, Big Daddy J.A. or Big Dumper J.A.? Is that what we should start calling him after Cal Raleigh's win in the in the home run derby? John, Big Dumper J.A., are we onto something there?
No, not even close. That's foolishness. Of course not. No, you can't just that's that other fella. I have nothing to do with that.
What do you make of that as a nickname, Big Dumper?
I feel like that's one of those that's better left inside the clubhouse, but you know it's out now, and but I just feel like that you use that with great care. How about that?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever use it again. I heard that was his nickname the other day, and then he ended up winning the home run derby, and I'm fascinated by it. If you got a big dumper, I guess you strut it with a nickname. I guess that's how that goes.
Yeah, you do.
Well, some of it I believe is in relationship to size, but I believe also is some of it was his father talking about his work ethic, in that you got to work your dumper off. And I believe there's some of that as well, that his old man gave him that advice.
Do you think that's why I am lacking a rear? I don't. My back is flat. Is it because I worked my butt off? Do you think that's why I'm non-existent?
Oh, that's hilarious. He does have no butt, John.
No, I'm assuming that's work-related performance, and somebody just chewed it off.
There you go. That's good. I see what he did there. All right, John Anderson with us. All-Star game tonight. Jacob Miserowski will pitch the 7th inning for the National League. We were just arguing with Homer. He said he doesn't deserve it, but it's cool. Where do you stand on the Miz pitching in the All-Star game tonight?
He doesn't deserve it, but it's cool. The thing I do kind of take issue with is all these other teams that, there are other deserving guys, but he's essentially replacing Freddie Peralta, who can't throw because he threw the other night, right? So I don't want somebody to take the play. I feel like that's the Brewers' position. That's their spot on the roster. They earn that through Freddie, and so it should be replaced by a guy on the roster. So
I like that.
Who you want it to be is up to you, and I think he's right. I don't think he's mad at the kid. They're just But when was the last time baseball actually did something like, hey, let's see if we can get one of the really popular young people up in front there? Nobody's mad that, I guess, Kershaw's earned his spot. I watched as a kid how many times did they, the last 3 or 4 years, they voted Reggie Jackson in, and his stats weren't anywhere near All-Star caliber. It's fine. People that are taking huge offense to this, it's an exhibition baseball game. They let it end in a tie one time.
Oh, I remember that. That was in Milwaukee.
It was, and with interleague play, it does not have the same juice as it had to be when that was the only time that Johnny Bench was going to get to face off against somebody from the Yankees and some of these other things. Some of these great Dodgers against the Yankees that won the World Series. So, to me, it's an exhibition game, and that if this is really where you're going to spend your energy, good on you. But boy, is that a waste of your time.
Yeah. John, you've been a Brewers fan for a very long time, and I'm sure you saw this. This is the most wins the Brewers have ever had in franchise history at the All-Star break. Are we watching the best Brewers team in franchise history right now?
Good Lord, no. Come on now.
Plus, numbers don't lie. Women lie, numbers don't.
Right? It's moved back some. They're two games ahead of last year. It used to be played a little bit earlier in the summer. So, where they've played 96 games, so as my dad would say on your gas tank, that's the big half on the top half of this thing. So I wouldn't be fooled with that. But name me the guy on this team that's going to the Hall of Fame.
I mean, hey, I don't think there's anybody on
Name
this
me the
team
guy that's going to the Hall of Fame.
Jacob Miserowski.
Right now.
Jacob Miserowski.
Okay, good. Okay, perfect. So he's in the All-Star game and he's in Cooperstown. That is really
exactly. All in 5 starts.
You want to talk about five good starts, right?
Yeah.
The
2011 team had the best start.
Yeah, it's 1982. It's 1982. This is not the greatest team in franchise history. But let me rephrase Kyle's question, because I think we're on to something here. Is this the best chance they've had in the 21st century? 21st century?
It's the most surprising team. No. Dude, you're 96 games in. Let's see what they do. They had a team get to the NLCS. Go by position.
2018, yeah.
Go position by position. Would you trade your third baseman for Ryan Braun? No. Would you trade your first baseman for Prince Fielder? No. Right? I mean, you go through. Would you take your?
Although Andrew Vaughn, I'll just say this.
No.
I'll just say Andrew Vaughn, man, he's looking like Prince Fielder 2.0 out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade him, but I'll say this right now. The way Pat Murphy is managing your boy Pat Murphy, he's getting the most out of these guys. And these guys didn't start the season great. We know the 0-4 start, but we know the struggles they had in April.
Right.
We know some of the struggles they had even early May. And the way they have bounced back just shows you the fight that they have. And so I think this is one of the best teams that we've seen in a while.
Well, they are the most surprising team. The manager is certainly better than he was and some of those other ones, right? Like that, they had, and it's amazing to me that Ned Yost eventually won a World Series with the Royals, because I don't think he can play. Remember, and they brought in Dale Swaim, and for 8 games, Dale Swaim just looked like he was ready to die every day in the dugout. He's like, this guy, he's got a great team. And Yount's trying to literally, he's like his AA advisor, trying to just keep him straight and on the narrow because he looked miserable with every game and every decision that was happening. So, yeah, Murphy has been unbelievable in what's happening here. What's I think great about the second half is that starting rotation. They got enough dudes that they're going to be in like almost every game. Once in a while, somebody's going to probably throw a stinker, but for the most part, man, they got guys that can get up there and for 5 or 6 innings, they're going to hold you in a game, and that's really going to make them something to contend with over the last 66 games.
Fire me up, John Anderson. Fire me up, Homer. The Homer Hour with Homer and John Anderson is coming up next. This has been Kyle Brust and Nortman live from the Bog in Saukville, the 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee
Brust
Open.
Decided to show for work today.
On the 30th anniversary of the Bog opening today on the date.
Hey, Ben.
As Ben Brust makes a very brief appearance. And now he's pinching my nose. I like that. Hold on, come back.
He missed
Send the show like that. That'll do it for us. It didn't work. Kyle Brust and Nortman, the Homer Hour up next.
Southbound on 43, we've got